Grisette's in progress. The demon prince Grisette's, the dark prince, the prince of indulgences, both dark and wonderful. You made your way in there. You were not supposed to survive being there. You faced many dangers. You faced many pleasures, many indulgences, but managed to draw the attention of Grisette's enough for him to summon to what he thought would be a sort of final watching of the breaking of Zybilna and the return of Igwol, the Witch King, Queen. You all were brought there to bear witness, including I believe some smooth operating on Vivian's standpoint, having Isolde brought there as well. She came there and immediately intended to take vengeance upon Zybilna, who was in this strange place of debating, is kindness and goodness really so good? Is it truly what brings people what they want? Is there truly power in that more than just power? You all did your best to sort of seemingly wishing for Zybilna to be around a little more than Igwol. You tried to do your best to convince her, to remind her of the goodness and what it stands for and why it's important. You succeeded. And more than that, when Isolde attempted to take her vengeance to the detriment of your Paladin of Vengeance, you tried to convince her not to stay away, to stay her hand, and she ended up not being able to go through with it after everything that she has been through, everything she has suffered at the hands of Zybilna. She was convinced to stay her hand, to the great anger of Grisette. But in a sort of final power play, it seemed that Zybilna had a little insurance policy ready to go. She had claimed the amulet of Grisette, that which would protect him should he fall in another plane. Upon destroying it, trapping Grisette in the abyss, you all plane shifted away with the Mantle of Fallen Winds, as it seems that the prophecy of Autumn has been solved. It was not the sword, it was forgiveness that was required. With that, you have all returned. You find yourselves sort of falling in the Palace of Heart's Desire. For whatever reason, Tamlin isn't with you. I'm sure that's something worth talking about. And you all sort of get there in sort of the heartbeat moment. Trixie having just taken a massive wound, I believe, from Grisette. Or massive, you're level 15, 16. And a painful one at least. And you all return in the Palace of Heart's Desire, with Isolde bearing her red blade. Here you find yourselves once more home again and away from the evil of the Dark Prince. Zybilna, her robe seeming to have returned to that sort of even gray, as opposed to that very almost blackish gray, stands there, all of you sort of huffing in the adrenaline of the moment. She says, well done. I can't have everything seems to be solved. Well done. A little smile on her face of excitement, sort of kind of liking the drama a little bit more than one probably should. Everyone all right?
Yeah. It's good to be back.
It is, yes. I don't like all these places I've been going to lately.
She looks around at the twilit tower with the beautiful stained glass warrior windows in her throne room and sort of smiles almost reminiscently. Yes, it is good to be home, isn't it?
So, what season's next?
Well, I believe that's all of you who have been doing such a masterful job. Clearly. Sort of directs her eyes to Trixie, who has claimed this very fluffy, sort of crunchy cloak.
Which
might
I can't
recommend
wear, but so I don't know
Why
if
not?
anybody else wants to wear it.
Well, why don't we find out what it does before proceeding? Here to decide who's to claim it, and by all means, I would offer it to all of you. I suspect that it could serve you all more than I. Being 4 seasons, I couldn't even wear all of them at once, or use all of them at once. She'll put her hand on it, cast a couple spells that you recognize as the identify spell. After a minute, she says, "Okay, so this has a couple of abilities. Let's see. This is known as one of the 4 harmonies of Season's Fall. The wearer, be them mortal, all of you, will gain 2 unknown at this time beneficial properties and 1 major beneficial property as well as a detrimental property. These will be determined by the individual who wears them upon the attunement. That cannot be determined beforehand. Those who wear the cloak will gain advantage in intimidation and persuasion checks. Will gain the ability to use the Red Leaves of Havoc. As a bonus action, you may launch razor-fast fall leaves to someone within 90 feet of yourself. And the target must make a dexterity saving throw, and on a fail, they'll take 4d6 fire, slashing, or necrotic damage of your choice. Now, on a success, they take half as much damage. And they also have a number of spells and charges within them, including the spells Blight, Fear, Wall of Thorns, Control Winds, and Aldazim's Horde Wilting. Excellent. I'll leave it for all of you to decide who would wear it. She kind of sits in her throne.
And that's on top of the unspecified benefits and detriments?
Indeed.
It's not bad.
It's not.
It is considered an artifact, so the bearer beware. Wear for a time, but perhaps not to the end of your days. Mortals aren't really meant to wield such items of great power.
Well, if Trixie, if you don't want it,
Yeah, I already have an artifact, so I feel like we should share the artifacts around.
well, I mean, if you want to be the all-powerful druid that we all know you are,
Isn't she already?
I don't have attunement slots, so and I don't want to give up my woodland staff or the other artifact I have, and then the other attunement slot I'm using for that item that mimics the boon. I can't customize it any other way because there's some stuff that I'm not able to.
Mimics the boon?
Yeah, blessing of protection or whatever. Something that, yeah.
I'll make you a feat. Like that shouldn't be an attunement-based item, right?
Okay. It was the only way I could do it. I tried to customize it, like you said, but there's some stuff that
Wouldn't automatically apply.
it wouldn't let you. Yeah, it doesn't let you change certain things.
Yeah, let me work on that for you. You don't need to use a slot for that. That's not supposed to be attunement. You're good.
But there's no way I'm getting at the other 2 things. One is backstory, and the other one's just too good.
Just if you could just message me and remind me what is a part of that boon, I'll make you something for it. So you don't have to use your attunement slot.
Yeah, you literally said it does everything that item does. Is what you told me. So
What was the boon again?
I can't remember. It was one of the earlier ones.
What's the item?
Blessing of protection.
Oh, okay. I got you. I'll just make you a homebrew magic item without attunement thing, because I don't believe that should be. Did she give you the item as part of the boon, or was it like, here's the boon, it does everything the item does?
That's what you said. Yeah, it does everything that the item does.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just make you a homebrew version of that. as a magic item, and I'll take away the attunement slot.
That's good.
What's the item again? One more time.
Blessing of protection.
So cloak of protection.
Yeah, maybe I renamed it. Is that what I did?
Sounds right. It gives you like a +1 to AC and saving throws, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Bonus to AC and saving throws. I think it's the saving throws I can't add. I can add to the AC. I can't add to the saving throws.
Got it. I'm working on that right now.
Ooh. If you're giving that out as a feat, could I have one? Because I couldn't adjust my saving throws. I just adjusted my AC. I'll adjust it back, obviously.
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. Well, you can all, of course, decide when and who would like to utilize this artifact in due time, if that is what you prefer. You will see that his soul just kind of like drifts to one of the windows in one of the palisades, just kind of like looks out at the Court of Storms, at the majesty and beauty of it all, and you sort of look a little lost. She has wanted this for so long, and now she's given up on it. What a shattering thing for any person to do. Isabel's eyes sort of wander to that, and she sort of falls back upon it. She says, well, I might recommend, and if I'm not mistaken, Trissarin, you would have been doing some research on the Lesson of Spring, yes? The Prophecy of Spring?
Yes.
Yeah, you might perhaps, and this is also why I brought Vivian into our fold. She has intimate knowledge of the plane of Arborea, may be able to help in some regards. I will also say that, though it was not my choice, our departed wizard is in the Court of Winter, setting up certain, gaining some information amongst the courts there as well, so you might go there and see if she has learned much of anything. Those would be my recommendations, and then we can work on summer.
What do you guys want to do?
Makes no difference to me. We gotta do them all, don't we?
We do.
I don't know if it matters or not. But I know my way around Spring. I know my way around Avalon, right?
You do. Avalon being a portion of the Feywild.
So right, but that's where Mom is. Yeah?
Yeah. So, just as Prismere is a domain of the light here in the Feywild, so is Avalon, and that is where you'd find Mother. Is the main Court of Spring.
And that's what we've been looking at. That's the portion of the...
No. You guys have been looking at Arborea, which is the outer plane, and is considered would be your father's plane, and is considered the Olympian glades of Arborea and the Elven gods.
Well, whichever. I can get us easier passage than we just had.
Perhaps that is the preferable movement here. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing the spring court. Past expeditions not excluded.
Vivian has seen the prophecy, yes?
Oh, you've been told the prophecy.
What are we looking for in the spring court
Okay.
again? Someone's
Looking
there.
for one of the hominies. I can recall, if you guys want, I'll recall for you the spring portion of the prophecy. Let me just pull it up, and
Yeah, it's as its budding blossoms wake, brings the wildest thirst for dreams to slake. From fetid waters and forest strife, the wood weds its new wife.
Well, sounds to me that you're either looking for a wedding or trying to put one together. To start.
If we assume that the wood is a certain powerful lord of the Fae that we know, it would seem to suggest that we may need to act as matchmakers to get him a new one.
Has anyone
But
lost
that
a
is
wife
very-
that I'm aware of? Actually, can I make some kind of roll to see if Vivian, if anything, like, I wonder if it's that thing.
Nope.
Okay.
This is for the players to figure out, not the rolls.
The Bachelor Feywild edition.
You can ask about information regarding like the worlds if you have like something to think of, but yeah, unfortunately, like, because keep in mind, like it's a prophecy. It's almost metaphorical. It could be interpreted, so it'd be unfair for me to be like, yeah, roll an insight check and here's the right answer.
To know the most eligible bachelor.
Yeah. Do I know the most eligible bachelor of Arborea? That would be Zeus, probably. Don't tell her.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was looking at it as an actual wedding, but just like maybe an alliance or something. Like
A vow renewal.
something's in trouble, and an alliance needs to happen to get out of that trouble, is what I was
Alright.
thinking. But maybe it is legit a wedding. We have to
Marriage is
matchmake.
like one of those terms, though, that I don't know. Like, if you wanted to use another word, you wouldn't use marriage. You know what I mean?
What's his wed?
This is
To
wed.
be fair, wed could be, in fairness, a metaphor for joining. Yes,
Yeah.
but usually refers a sort of romantical bond. Indeed.
If I may, do I know of any Arc-Fae that would be single and associated with the woods? Maybe the Lord of the Hunt, like that kind of thing. Can I think of anybody?
Yeah, there's Arcfey known as the Lord of the Hunt.
I think
That's
he's
the
married
only
to the
one I
hunt.
can think of, though. Like, are there?
Isn't that the other guy though? That's like super in love with the
Yeah,
summer. That's who I'm thinking of.
I thought I made it pretty clear. Probably not, but the Green Lord is who I was referring to.
Green
Oberon?
Lord being Oberon.
My
Yes.
brother? Married to Titania.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't heard there was a divorce.
Not saying there was.
No, but isn't there the other guy that
He
likes
is
Titania
pretty-
that's not married to her?
That's true. There is. You guys do know of
Who, Wyatt?
not Wyatt. I'll figure out his name. But yeah, there is a the Lord of Centaur in the Sele court who is like a secret love for Titania. Not so secret love, really, at this point.
It's like one-sided, though, right?
A one-sided secret?
I feel like
One-sided
Titania
love.
like just goes wherever she fancies at the time.
He is a
Yeah.
fae. She's a creature of whim. Maybe she fancies him at some point.
But not this day.
But not this day.
Are the Sele mobilizing now, or is it just my brother's forces?
The Oak Lord. Not the Green Lord, the Oak Lord is his name.
Green Oak, yeah, you feel me?
Yeah,
I feel.
that might have been
He's
his
the leader of
previous
their
name.
armies.
He's probably going by many names.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
the eco-friendly Lord will be his newest.
We could just go to the spring court and see what's what.
Might as well. I mean, if King Oberon is still as feral as he was not too long ago, then it would imply maybe he isn't the most loving of companions at this point in time.
No, he's not.
He's a famous lover, in fact.
Hmm. Well, all right then. I suppose we go to the spring court or the summer court.
Do we want to rest for an evening?
Oh, of course.
Indeed, you should
Before-
perhaps celebrate your great victory.
At dawn we plan.
I love this.
I feel like
Of
at dawn
what?
we just walk through a tree and show up.
Honestly, no plan in sight, and we make the most of it. Usually.
It hasn't failed us
Sometimes.
yet.
Not once at all. Has Vietnam flashbacks of being a gym.
Oh no, it looks like it's on the Earth plane.
That fucking place.
I'm from the Earth plane. Well, the Earth, not. Never mind.
Alright, you guys head out. Zavilna kind of like nods at you all, and you can kind of see that her attention is a little distracted from all of you as Isolde sort of stands off to the side and kind of nods at you all and sort of invites you to head out, allows you to take the artifact with you. She says, whoever you choose, guard it carefully, and keep in mind, the bearing of such power will no doubt have brought it to the attention of more powerful beings. I have no doubt it is coveted by some, or wish to be retrieved by many. Least of all, including members of the Fall Court. I have no doubt that they would wish to have this most powerful item that could influence the very land they walk upon. Just be cautious. Keep it safe. As you all leave, up the stairs to the various parapets and such, Zavilna sort of approaches Isolde, and a conversation will continue between the two of them. But for now, Ygritte sort of crawls up the back of maybe your shoulder. Jason goes, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while, buddy. How you doing?"
Oh, Ygritte, I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking.
I
Why are
heard
you
there was
asking?
going to because I heard there was going to be a party or something. You guys had a big victory, huh?
Yes, we did. Somehow, we have
Well
brought
done.
Zavilna back to us.
Hey, where's the really attractive knight you guys were traveling around with?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
not sure. He kind of,
good question.
well, we were all there for the teleportation, but it's possible that perhaps he let go in the last second and he got propelled somewhere new entirely.
He could be having a crisis of faith. That was a difficult communication for him at the end.
He's a vengeance paladin, if I'm correct. And to stand in the way of one's vengeance, well, that must have been a bit of a reckoning for him. Well, we can always try to find him, and then if he's, well, if he is okay, then we can leave him be. And if he's not, then we can, well, still leave him be.
Very well.
I'm sure he needs a couple days to get back to being himself. I know I do.
Yes, I would at least like to locate the man.
So hey, aren't you the Plane Wanderer?
Brock, are you still feeling
Yeah, I was just about to
blue?
ask.
Make Brock, your influence came in the realm of shadows, and you find yourself in the realm of light. Feywild. You feel like your old self. You feel good.
I'm feeling better.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I
I'm
miss
thinking
you.
of putting you down.
Tell us, how do you feel about life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness?
How do I feel about it?
Yes.
I feel like that's a good thing. Is that the right answer?
How do you feel about
You-
fighting? Because that was really weird when he didn't really want to
Oh,
fight
love
and
it.
stuff. Yes,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
He's back.
I can't get enough. That's my pursuit of happiness.
There we go. That's Brock.
That's the Brock we know.
You didn't want to participate when you called the warriors of Valhalla and then took a seat.
Yeah,
I was concerned.
very un-Brock-like.
Very. Quite amusing, though, I must say. Not the fact that you were, in a very dark place in your mind, but because you were in a very dark place in your mind.
I just hope the warriors of Valhalla don't look at me different now.
Somewhere in Valhalla.
I mean, I think
No.
the ones that were there are all dead. So
Oh, we made sure of that. I remember that part.
it's new ones next time, right?
I made sure they had a warrior's death. Yes,
Very noble.
Very noble.
as always.
Alright, so rest up. Do we need to do any more research or repairing, or are we just gonna head off to the spring
think-
court?
I think a
wanna
night's
figure out who's-
rest.
Taking the mantle before we go to bed.
Well, I do love to talk, and I believe I heard Zabilna say that persuasion and deception would be helped in that regard.
I think
Intimidation and persuasion.
Oh, I'm not intimidating at all.
Not with that
No.
attitude.
You know who needs a little help with persuasion? And does a lot of persuading, surprisingly? I'm genuinely asking, I don't know. I'm just, I only stay around the palace.
If I could suggest, the whole vibe feels so right for Trixie.
It does.
And Trixie does a fair amount of talking.
Attempting to.
I know
yes.
I should really try to stop that.
And
I just can't help it sometimes.
Follow your instincts.
but were you to take this, then if you find yourself talking, perhaps you'll feel more at ease.
Perhaps just a slight better chance of not fucking it up every time.
It's Trixie.
There were some
It
You
is
only
not
fuck it up
every
like
time.
half the time.
It was
It's only 3/4 of the time.
And if it's
fine.
advantage, now you're only gonna fuck it up a quarter of the time.
I mean, I suppose it could be worse. I could shoot my friends far more often.
Ooh, I knew what I'm making for this next delight.
Right. So
The bow of friendly fire. If you shoot
No,
your
that's what
friends, you gain health.
I'll put the mantle
Dude.
on. And I'll become like 100% target anytime someone rolls a natural one. That'll be
Yeah.
the downside.
That's the bow. No, it is like on a
I'm,
nat
like, pointing
20,
away.
the arrow will change its course to shoot Trixie. Period. Trixie of the druids. It does cross planes.
Fuck, dude. I'm like, okay. I'm shooting over here.
With the
You're
acme
like-
aerial.
And it-
Oh fuck, dude. Sucks to be you.
The leaves rearrange on the mantle to form a target.
yeah. It's cool. It's like a bullseye. Uh huh.
I'm giving Ryan too many ideas now.
I get like every time I look at the mantle while you're wearing it, like I just like get overwhelmed with like the urge to shoot it. Like it would be so easy to hit.
Do it. Do it.
It's not even dodging.
Automatically
Just
hits.
standing there.
No tackle
mocking me.
necessary.
Menacingly.
Yeah, that's the
Strange
detrimental.
cloak, and it just moves me in the way.
That's the minor detrimental property of the cloak is that every time Jay shoots an arrow, it hits you. No roll required.
It's a hard taunt, is what it is. Shit.
We're all really drunk now, celebrating. having
Yeah.
fun, talking about this.
I want to crunch those leaves.
I want that satisfying crunch sound.
Are the leaves magical in that like when you like hold one in your hand, you can like crunch it and then like
Mhm.
you let go of it and it hasn't like broken apart or anything and you can just open it?
Do you do it? Do you take a leaf off of the mantle?
Yes.
Is that one of the
You-
minor benefits?
You take a leaf off, it sort of snaps off very easily, very minimal effort as if taking it off from the branch of a tree. And as you like crunch in your hand, that satisfying sound as you open your hand, really seemingly out of nowhere, sort of an errant wind sort of catches it out of your hand and sort of it dances in the wind a little bit before sort of almost disappearing somehow.
Did you do that?
Sorry, that was me.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh, gas.
My,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry, it just slipped out.
It just slipped down.
Yes. Trixie, I think you will find a lot of value in that mantle. I'm not
it on.
exactly sure, but you'll enjoy it.
Why does that sound so ominous?
Yeah, I don't know, but Trixie will put the mantle on.
Put the mantle on. As she puts it on, and it sort of like drifts and creating a little air current, the colors sort of shimmer across. Not in it, almost in the way like the light hits like a piece of metal, but rather than sort of bouncing off in a shine, the colors simply change, almost like a small wave of like red rushes down the side with every sort of swoop. Colors always changing, sort of mercurial in that way. And as you clasp it on with that little demon pendant, that very subtle demon pendant, she looks pretty druidy.
Quite snazzy, Trixie.
Yeah, sorry, my daughter came in asking questions. And now I'm getting dirty looks. Okay.
That's great. Great. Cool.
Awesome. Great.
I do the little spinny thing, you know, show off.
The
It
twirl.
looks really cool. It's got that like, you know, in Hunger Games where Katniss like sort of spins around and the whole thing fucking changes like every time. It's not like fire or anything like that, but you do see sort of the colors of the fall leaves sort of become like a flurry of oranges and reds until once the cloak settles down, it comes back to its sort of layered reds and oranges, yellows, and greens once more.
Is there a window open? It's a little drafty in here.
It is a point as she spins. There is a little bit of like that sort of that nice autumn chill. That sort of like mark of the coming of winter does sort of come through.
Brock, if you're chilly, there's a Baskin rug over there.
Are you suggesting that I wear the rug?
Yes.
Is that a challenge?
If you do it and no ill effects happen, then I'll take a shot.
Get over here! I'm gonna tackle the rug.
The rug fully animates and goes starts like fighting you, Brock.
Fully
Definitely
fucking
like
instant from like to fucking feral.
completely a dead rug that hasn't moved an inch this entire adventure to fully animates and starts fighting Brock.
Fucking feral bear and shit.
But it makes us all happy because we have, you know, proof the true Brock is back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Trixie, would you count that as an ill effect? Being mauled by kind of your own kind? No? I'll take a shot anyway.
What do you mean ill effect? I'm winning!
The bear is, in fairness, is just a rug. And is wrapped itself around Brock and is biting on his shoulder, but he's a fucking werebear, so it doesn't matter.
How can I sabotage?
Shoot Trixie. See what
No,
happens.
oh, I will see if it's like
I
a
could
cosmic.
moonbeam him.
I will see if it's a cosmic thing, and I'll just like take the shot glass, and I'll just like turn away from Trixie, and I'll just throw it over my left shoulder, and just
Just see if it hits her.
yeah.
Make a disadvantage attack roll.
Okay. Would I be proficient with this?
No, this is just an improvised weapon, so it will be strength actually. So just make a disadvantage strength check.
Okay. That is a 2.
No, I hit the wall.
Okay. You're safe.
You'll see Chase just out of nowhere for no reason, just
Just throw-
toss a jug
You're
into
safe.
a wall over his back.
Do you need to like maybe go to bed, Chase, or you'd like you had too much to drink?
Are you angry about something? Are you like an angry drunk?
Oh no,
Like, break things?
I-
They make you feel real strong, tough
You're
guy?
insinuating. What?
You like beating things up?
Come
when
here.
you- Ah! Just take the closet and start like so, it turns into a centipede in your arm and starts like crawls into your shirt.
Fire! Fire! Kill it with fire!
You just light gasoline on yourself. This is better. This is better. At this point, Trixie, you have attune, and you feel this powerful attunement wash over you to such an extent that your form can barely handle it. Let's roll for your properties.
Okay.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? All right. Okay, let's start with the minor beneficial. How many of those you got?
It says 2.
2. All right. I'll add these to the item at the end of the session, but for now, well, let's have you roll them. Roll me a d100 for your properties.
43.
Okay. You are going to, as it attunes to you, what would make sense? What would make sense here? What would you guys say? Oh, I know. You feel sort of that deepening connection with nature that almost becomes physical within you. It rewrites your very biology in such a way that you gain resistance to poison. So, roll me again for your second one.
11.
Love that.
I'll tell you what, roll me. I'll tell you. Well, I'm supposed to choose. Roll me a d20. Help me decide. Roll me a d20.
8.
8. Okay, you don't get that. What skills are you not proficient in?
That you would like to be?
That you would like to be.
Skill. Well, I'll just. I'm not proficient in animal handling.
It's true.
But acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, deception, insight, and intimidation, investigation, performance, persuasion. Well, I will. No, just advantage. Performance, persuasion, religion, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Let's make you proficient in stealth, I think. I don't want to be... I was going to give you, like, a charisma thing, but that was what the d20 was for, to see if you rolled high or low. So let's say stealth. Let's say, like, the autumn leaves will sort of shield your path as you walk, so you'll gain proficiency in stealth. You find as you walk, indeed, the cloak sort of crunches with that autumn leaf sound, but only when you were really thinking about it. Otherwise, it seems to almost mask you, and your feet become soft in the ground, as if the very ground itself seems to mask the way you walk. As if the trees themselves sort of redirect the focus of those around you. Okay, next is a major beneficial property. You got one of those, right?
Yes.
All right, roll me a d100.
20.
Roll me a d6.
4.
As you attune to this cloak, this cloak that is as grounded and as attuned to nature as anything you have ever wielded in your entire life, you do find it expands your mind and helps you better understand the flow and power of the druidic, the primeval world more than ever before, to a point beyond mortal comprehension. You'll gain a +2 to your wisdom score to a maximum of 24.
I'm already at 24.
What?
You've given me ridiculous boons because I had that book, and then that's why I'm so high with all my rolls.
Well, all right. I'll
Fucking broke.
I'll say reroll the d6 then, I guess.
Okay.
Not willing to go
Yeah.
up to 26?
Well, the thing says to a maximum of 24, so you get nothing. So
3.
3. Okay, your constitution. Then you feel, along with that sort of poison resistance, your skin almost seems to become almost natural. Like maybe at the right moments, your skin might be like bark and protect you more than you think. So you'll gain a +2 bonus to constitution for a maximum of 24. So that was a 20 for con. Okay, last but not least, we need to do these minorly detrimental properties. 2, right?
It says 1.
1.
One
Okay, roll me
minor
d1.
detrimental.
Got it. Go ahead and roll me. See what the drawback is here.
Just D100 again.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst it could be?
84.
Oh
Die.
no. You die, I guess.
Oh, that's a
Oh
bummer.
no.
If you
That's a
ever sing
real
that-
bummer for you. But it makes sense, honestly. While attuned to the artifact, you are going to deal 1d6 necrotic damage to any plant you touch that isn't a creature.
Oh!
Okay, yeah.
So very true to the autumn, to the nature of autumn, the time of death, the time of end, the time of expiration. Living things around you will come to their death as autumn intends it to. So you become, as much as you are a beacon of natural power and the beauty of autumn, you embody all of it, including the promised doom. So you kill plants, you monster.
Only a little bit.
I mean, some
Well,
of those-
1d6 will kill a lot of plants. Trees are a little more resilient, but if you just like leave your hand on a tree for like 2 minutes, it will die.
So
most
like
of them.
anytime I walk through the plants to get us places, I'm gonna like
Yeah, you're gonna leave
farm it.
little dead footprints. That's
both
great.
trees on both ends.
That's
You
great.
should invest in some gloves.
Like Rogue.
Like Rogue. Could you imagine this palette? Imagine. Oh, well, Selenice is built of silver trees. So you go there and you're like, why am I sinking? Eating through the floor barefoot. And there you have it. You are, as ever, the spirit of autumn, and that all kind of really worked out to fit what the mantle is meant to embody. So there you go. You are now the spirit of autumn. You hold one of the harmonies of season's fall, and with it's the power to bind fall itself to your will, which is undescribed.
Powerful now. I literally just upped my con to 20 just before this with the level up.
So you're 22 now.
I'm gonna be
That's very nice.
22.
Trixie's pretty godly lately.
Busted, man.
Never failing a concentration check ever again.
Well, I have a plus 11 to the con, and then it'll add more once we do this.
Yeah,
And I
it'll
have
give you
advantage
another
on
1
them.
point. Nice. Yeah, you're never gonna worry about
Unless I
that.
take like 60 something points of damage or something, which
Yeah.
has happened.
It's possible at this level.
The only thing that can stop you is anything charisma related.
Yeah, I have to talk.
Even
Not
then-
anymore.
Right, even then, you're like twice as good now.
And
Not twice as good. I
in the
just
skills
have
though, in the
twice
skills
the
though.
chances not to fuck up.
Twice as good
They
at
definitely
Still have a
rolling.
plus 0 on it.
It's the same thing.
Damn, man. I think Trixie's due for a new mini. That's what I think. Anyway, yeah. So with that, Trixie's all mantled up.
Didn't the
Nice.
the mini you had before you put the skin on it, didn't it have like a leaved? I think it did.
Before I put skin on it.
Like,
Yeah, you
before
got, like, a
put
little
my token on
green-
there. Like you had put one together that had a
I had something. Yeah, I used just like the basic sort of like female druid, which has like antlers, and I think it might have had. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, it's got like a little like fur mantle, but not quite as described.
okay.
That's like a shitty fur mantle. You got like a sweet cloak of the rain of autumn. All right. Yeah.
Jace in the middle of his wrestling match with the Quetzal, or is that what it is?
Was it
Croissant!
croissant? Croissant. So stupid.
Okay. Oh fuck, I'm giggling. Okay. Jace looks up from his wrestling match, and he looks up at Trixie, and he's like, "Wow, that is quite befitting. I have to say, it's like my second favorite outfit choice that you've made.
Still wearing the other outfit, if that's what you're referring to.
He looks down from his drunken stupor and realizes. And then he blushes, and then gets punched in the face by the quest.
Well, he's got claws. He's probably like. "Ooh."
Oh,
Well,
look,
I'm
he's
not
biting
looking,
his ear
eh?
now.
I like bang my head up against like something. You know, like in Austin Powers when Mini-Me attacks him and shit,
Yeah.
he's like banging him on the fucking pole and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Incredible.
So, bed and then to the spring court in the morning. Unless we have anything else to do.
Sounds alright to me. Rock, quit playing with your food. Are you done yet?
He's so quiet.
Oh. Ooh, oh no. I'm not gonna eat the rug. Oh, the food. Right. Yeah. Let me finish that.
The bear goes back to being a rug.
Like a fucking bite mark, like fur all over the fucking place and shit.
Oh yeah. Fully returns to just completely disanimates.
Love that guy.
Out of
He's a good fucking Christ. There's so many jokes to make, but I just can't. Oh my god. Alright, Brock. Well, since you won, it's only fair that we continue drinking until one of us passes out.
Now that sounds like a challenge.
Exactly. I thought as much. I like reach down, I'm like pouring the shot, and like as I
Trixie,
hand it
you ready to win with your con score? Your advantage and your resistance to poison.
Oh yeah, that too now.
Alright, if we're having a little drinking game, let's just make it nice and simple. Let's just bring it down to a con save.
Okay.
Con
You're all
save.
poison.
Jace.
Con save to say who remains standing at the end of the evening. Trixie, you will make it an advantage because you have resistance to poison. Not the poison condition, just the poison damage. So never mind, you're a straight roll.
Fuck.
You just can't die of alcohol poisoning is all.
As Jace is pouring all the shot glasses, he still has like the, what's it called? Quasit? Quetzal?
Quasit. It's a quasit.
Yeah, it's still like hanging from his ear and shit.
Yeah.
His Githyanki ear, and he's just like disregarding, like
It's like shaking like a little dog.
I'll kill you!
and he's just like disregarding it with like that drunken stupor smile.
Okay. So let's make them con saves.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
25.
Jace, you pass the fuck out. You're like, alright, let's get to drinking. It's like one drink later. Just like on the ground, pass the fuck out. Who's next?
I got a 13.
13. Okay, Vivian.
24. She drinks
Okay.
all the time.
Got it. Brock, you pass the fuck out a little after a couple drinks with Jace. You're just like a two
I'm
drugs.
just starting to get my groove back.
What about you, Trixie?
25.
Oh shit! So basically it just becomes Vivian and Trixie going for it, and Igrik like, yeah, Jake. And both of them like fully beginning of like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where and then Trixie just manages to skirt by as Vivian's taken down. Trixie's like, hey, boy, fucking, yeah. And then probably passes out like 5 to 10 minutes later.
I don't know why that's so funny to think of Trixie like acting that way.
They did it!
Woo!
Oh boy. But you guys do it! You successfully all get drinking. You wake up the next morning with exhaustion because you're all heavily hungover.
Be like that.
Do be like that.
Guys, you guys want to take another day?
Yes.
He says like little bite marks all over him. The food has been removed from the table. All of you have blankets on top of you, and like a breakfast spread has already been served, and you all wake up to it. The food that Vivian's face was planted in has been removed, and her face has been cleaned, and the new plate has been put underneath for her to have it in. They're like, pancakes? I don't remember having pancakes for dinner.
No, it was great because it's perfect. Right?
Imagine
There's
Vivian and
nothing
Trixie
for-
wake up
there's
still a
nothing for
little
a hangover like bacon
Yeah.
pancakes.
How do they make them so fluffy?
I don't know. It's like a pillow. I can just. It's the spamming the mute button for me. No, because she was like, fuck the dog.
That's Igrik waking us up.
Yeah. He just releases a number of dogs, some very yappy dogs, into the room.
It's like
You're like,
beating them with whips and shit. Like,
Yeah.
this is like fucking too loud this morning.
round 2, eh? Didn't get enough.
The bear out of the carpet comes
Oh, it's angry. It's angry.
And Zabilla is like looking through her scrying glass and goes, there they are, my closest advisors, my most trusted guides to this life.
You're nothing. You're nothing. You're just a rug. You're just a doormat. A doormat.
You're nothing, just like your father.
Full on fucking like Mortal Kombat. Like,
What's your AC?
oh man. 19.
Okay, it's trying to wrap itself around you and basically start suffocating you, but it can't get around you. You're like, nah. You're a little too slippery.
This nose is better for breathing than you thought, eh? Come here. Come here. Shh, 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 shh.
You don't know how, but you choke it out. It doesn't have lungs or anything, but you choke it out.
I'll let it go. We'll do this again sometime. All right. I always hear that the best thing for a hangover is well, more alcohol. So
For breakfast, there are tons of fruits and vegetables, berries, things that many salads, just a lovely assortment of delicious and once living things.
Yum.
And
I'll
like
drink the
pancakes,
alcohol.
too. There's also pancakes.
Oh fuck. Cool.
And if Trixie eats an it goes to eat an apple, she's like, ah, and then it just
Yeah, I
like
was thinking
just fully goes mushy in like 6 seconds. It turns into a dead apple.
Damn.
That's
They're
a bummer.
bacon.
Pick up the like, oh, that's fine. I'll have some bacon. It fully just it's not a plant,
It's
so you're
already
fine.
dead.
You eat some bacon. Yeah,
Right.
it's not a plant either, so you're good. That's some bacon. Trixie is now carnivorous,
Yes, I
by the
am.
way, everybody.
That's the only thing she can eat.
Out of
Because
necessity.
anytime she, even if she doesn't touch it, she bites into it. It dies in her mouth, like it rots in her mouth.
Ah.
It's just keto, right? It's just keto.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a protein diet. There ain't nothing wrong
She's
with that.
totally used to that
You
diet.
can't
It's
even
fine.
eat bread or anything.
You know bread?
Bread would be.
Oh,
Bread
that's
used to be wheat.
true.
What are you,
Living
what are you
anymore.
That's
talking-
true. No, you're right. You're right. The flour
It might
would
be
probably-
alive.
Processed.
You don't know
It-
It's not actually a plant anymore.
What?
It just goes stale as soon
Bread
as you
is
take
not
a
a
bite.
plant anymore.
Okay, if you grind up ground beef, is it still fucking meat?
Yeah.
No, like
You gotta-
no. Chemically,
But
it's not the same. When you put bread in the oven, chemically, it changes. When you put meat in the oven, chemically, it does not change.
It's
No,
not, it's not
I
walking
would,
around and breathing.
It caramelizes. Okay.
I would no, I'd give it. I'd say bread is. I would say it's diluted enough and changed enough at that point. I'd give it to Trixie. She can still have carbs.
You have to cook it the first time though.
Yeah, you have to cook it. You can't just have regular flour.
Yeah, like you can never make bread, so because you can never knead the dough.
Oh no, Trixie! I can never make bread anymore.
The horrible curse.
Well,
Don't think Trixie was spending much time making bread, so.
This cursed cloak you
Did we
have.
call the cloak the bread maker's bane?
bread maker's bane, cook's bane.
I think we're burying the lead here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you could like snap your fingers and like kill people with like razor leaves. You're basically Bulbasaur now, but it's all about.
That's all.
Bulbasaur,
be
but
like-
with a taste for flesh.
Fire leaves and necrotic leaves.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
Never
Or
mind.
slashing damage. So Trixie could be like, let me cut that for you. And all these leaves go flying off and like razor scissor up the fucking meat.
It's like that guy from My Hero Academia with the wings, the feathers that he can control and shit.
Oh yeah.
Hawks.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dear, you haven't touched your steak at all. Let me cut it for you. There.
Completely eviscerated, like steak, like
But perfectly decisively cut into like little square bites.
fuck, man.
So what are you guys doing today?
What are we here for? Like, what?
Yeah, can we like take a late
Dude.
morning nap and
You do whatever you want. You know how the
Later.
Feywild
Maybe
works
we
with
just take
time. You
the
got
day.
time.
You know, maybe we take a day off. It's a thing we
You guys
could
take a
do.
week off. You
It's
can do
not
whatever you want.
outrageous to take a day.
That was last night, wasn't it?
No.
Oh.
Last night we fought the demon.
Ah, the drinking demon. They don't drown. They swim. Yes. Mhm.
I just take two
Oh, that
pots
was
and
the other
slam
demon.
them together really
Oh.
loud beside Jace's head, and I'm like, that's why we're taking a day. Yeah.
thunder damage.
Jace takes hangover damage.
Gah, 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 gah.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Don't sneak up on me like that, please. I'm usually quite perceptive, but you have caught me at my well, the most
Disadvantage
opportune time.
state.
Disadvantage. Yes, thank you. Voice in my head.
You're welcome.
You all hear that?
Hear what?
Noted.
Rock, I'm really concerned about Jace. He's just like, he's having some issues.
One too many hits to the head.
Drinking too much.
Shooting his friends.
Yeah. What should we do?
Can't identify friend from foe.
I think we gotta keep an eye on him.
I
He
think
looks
came
at you
back-
and you say,
I think he
he's
came
been-
back different.
He's been like staring off, like moving his face, like what the
Oh, wait a minute. He's looking at us.
yeah. As soon as you say we need to keep an eye on him, he like a horror movie, like fucking
Here,
looks
quick,
like
look somewhere else.
He goes back.
Dude.
Fucking-
Just don't make eye contact.
He's like walking around, like looking for like not a speaker, but like you know how in old timey places they used to have like the tubes that go from like the kitchen to wherever else in the house. And
The
if
what?
you-
The kitchen?
Kitchen
we go to
tubes?
the kitchen tubes?
Yeah, like in
What are you
old timey houses, if they had like help or whatever, there used to be like a set of like, I guess bells, or they could be horns, or like just a tube
Yeah.
from one room.
Do you mean the
to all
dumb
way-
waiter? You mean like the what is it called? The dummy waiter? Where like it's like a food elevator?
Nah, this is used to contact like the kitchen from anywhere in the house. So if anybody needed like something, they could
And
be
like
like,
the bell attached to a string, but the string goes up to different
Kinda.
rooms.
yeah, kind of.
Gotcha. Well, the good news is that the kitchen's right outside the main entrance, bottom entrance exit. So you walk into the kitchen where there's like like a little fleet of fairies going around, like cooking a ton of food as usual. They go, "Oh, Master Jace, hello, hello, hello. You, how are you? Can we do something for you? Cook something for you?"
Master Jace, that is far too extravagant for me.
What was the title that Zabona gave to you again?
I don't know. Protector
Man.
of all horizons or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Master of Horizons. I'll find it. But anyway, they call you that. You're the Duke of all Horizons.
Yeah, I got it in my notes.
Duke, oh, Master Duke, yes, oh, great Duke, oh, Dookie, the Duke of the Lord of Dukes.
At ease. It is far too early in the morning for such frivolities.
Can we do something for you, great Duke of all Horizons? And what can we do for you?
Not sure. I'm kind of just walking around, wandering, if you will.
Very well, very good. Yes, we can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Why are you so
Oh,
chipper?
don't hurt us.
Oh,
We're just pixies. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Why can't we be happy?
oh. There seems to be an underlying issue of civil union welfare here.
What the hell is that? What does that mean? Yeah,
Best
what does
you
that mean?
Best you not worry your minds.
I haven't been worried about a thing in my whole life.
I'm actually
Except for where
curious.
those apples are! And I'm coming! And they bring a bucket of apples.
Is there like a Gordon Ramsay fairy in here?
You fucking stupid pixie! You fucking garbage, you fucking nutter!
Flies around with like 2 hamburger rolls, putting it on either side of the head.
No, I don't want to be an Indian sandwich! And then she does it, and she turns into like a meat, and then like it falls to the floor. Like a cooked meat.
Oh,
And she like takes the top bun off and takes the ketchup thing out and sort of like spells idiot on it. And then closes it and flies away. And the sandwich cries. And that actually happens. Because they have polymorph. So,
You should polymorph into a sandwich.
all right.
yeah, polymorphs her into an idiot sandwich.
Power word sandwich.
Power
Car-
word sandwich.
Carry on. He like walks back into the room. He's like,
Would you like a sandwich?
yes, actually. Thank you.
It's made of a fresh idiot!
Oh.
She serves you the sandwich. You
Thank
just
you.
saw. What's the pixie?
I bring it back into the room with the party,
Yeah.
and I just sit back down. And I'm like, I disassemble it. Like I look at it. I'm like,
Hey, you got a sandwich? When they start serving lunch?
Special order.
Okay.
He puts the bun back on. And he like holds it and he like goes in for a bite.
You bite it?
Yeah.
You bite down into it, and there's a puff of pixie light like in your mouth, and there's a pixie between two pieces of bread. One of the breads falls off. She goes, "Ah!" As you've got like her leg in your mouth as you just crunched it, and you can sort of taste like the irony taste of blood. He's like, "Let go!" She's like doing like this on your nose to like make you let go of her leg that you're biting down on.
That was your special order?
No. No. It wasn't. How fucking crazy would it be if I was like,
And you're just like, well, you got her leg in your mouth, you bite down, try and eat her leg.
is it tasty?
It tastes kind of bloody.
Looks a little undercooked.
Yeah, I'll have to send this one back to the kitchen. I'll put like the bun's leg back on.
You like put it back on her, and she just like kind of goes like placid in the bun, like as if like playing dead almost. You put it back on the plate.
I'm like, pixies.
Yeah, so then like two of them fly in.
It seems I received a bad sandwich.
Oh no, bad sandwich! They look down at the sandwich, and they peel the bun off, and she's lying there and kind of does this at the two of them. And then like one like lays her over her knee and starts spanking her. She's like, bad sandwich! She's like, no! She's like crying. Her leg's bloody.
Bad idiot
Yeah.
sandwich.
Bad idiot sandwich, bad! Spanking her. And the other one goes, is there anything else we could do for you, Master of all horizons, Duke of all greatness and stuff?
No, this has been a quite enlightening morning, I must say. You can take that back to the kitchen. I'm quite famished. Not.
Take her to the kitchens! Have her cook something! Or clean something! Yeah, make her clean everything! And then they fly her back, sort of like crying softly.
Fucking traumatic, dude.
Welcome to the Feywild.
I need to rest on that escapade and also this not voice in my head. I will bid you adieu. He like trips as he like gets up, like fucking shit, like knocks into the table.
Everything moves a little bit. It's like how, and I'll say, Jace, it's been a while since you've been in the Feywild, and you're like remembering the comment, like the everyday chaos of the Feywild, which is, as you just saw, that shit probably happens every day,
Several times.
several times a day, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'll just like excuse myself. So sorry, everyone. I'm a bit of a mess. Oh shit! It's like walking up the stairs.
Yeah, you return to your room.
You all saw that, right? It's so weird. What's happening?
I didn't. I was eating.
The whole interaction, Trixie's just who's been here this entire time is totally used to it. Doesn't know what you're referring to.
It's like in prison, like when you're eating at the table and then somebody like gets shanked like down the way, and you're just like,
You've been there for 5 years. You know, it's just
damn.
it's too bad.
Hey, you gonna eat your cornbread?
Now you roll.
But if we're staying one more day, what are we gonna do? Should we like? Is there any more research we have to do, or?
Who do we know in the Springlands?
Who do we know from the Springlands? Have we been to the Springland other than just like passing through?
I mean, during the
I
summer
went to-
games, we met the Duchess of Desire, she was representing the Springlands.
I know we've been to all the others for sure. I just don't recall doing anything in the Springlands. In the Springlands.
Other than passing through, you met one of the Swan Maidens at one point, who are the handmaidens of the Lady of Swans, the Lady of the Lake. Other than that, you just kind of passed through. You've never been to court in the Springlands before. But you certainly would have grounds to be there now.
Vivian, what about you?
Oh, yes.
To be honest with you, I am still not entirely certain whether we're going. Sometimes when you say Springlands, I think Avalon, right? The swans. And sometimes when you say Springlands, I feel like you're talking about my father's domain. We're good either way. I just don't know where we're going yet.
Where's your father's lands?
Yeah.
We've talked about going to Arborea, yes?
Oh yeah, I assume we were talking about going to the Spring Court first. We could go to Arborea, but
Spring Court would be Avalon then. Perfect.
I assume that's gonna be easier to get to. But you know, it's here. But you know people in the spring. You know people in both areas.
I do. So, we should probably be sober at least when we first walk in. Otherwise, do I have a means to transport above the table? Do I have means of getting us all there, or are we gonna... That's not a plane shifty thing. We can travel there, right?
You are on the same plane that you would find Avalon in the Feywild. That's up to you to find out, you guys to find out. If you guys have like teleport and stuff like that, you get there pretty quick. Or you could have, of course, foot travel, and the Feywild will bring you where you wish to go.
If we've passed through there before, then I can do transport via Lance or
But you got to be quick about it.
well, you know, it's a large tree we're going through. I think it'll be okay.
Have you been to the Spring Court before?
Not to the court, but we've been through the spring lands passing through, so I would know at least a tree. We would have to walk from there.
Alright.
But it would be faster than walking from here.
Sounds like
Unless we
it.
get lost.
Speed up the journey for sure.
Get us as close to the court as you can, and I'll get us in.
But we're
And
gonna wait until tomorrow, or are we just gonna go today and camp out?
I think we should give it one more day.
One more day?
Let's be sober. Let's not have headaches.
okay, you guys have a day. What would you guys like to do today? You guys are welcome to do whatever you want around the palace. You guys could just sit and lounge. You could celebrate. You can read. You can tend to the court of the Palace of Heart's Desire. Talk to Zabilna, see what Isolde's up to. There's no shortage of things to do. Or just leave and go somewhere in Prismere or beyond in the Feywild. What would you like to do?
I'd like
There's
to
a note for you, Trixie, is that from what you've been told, the harmony that you wear, the cloak, the mantle, though indeed it would be an item desired by the Autumn Court to be kept safe in a way, as it has the power to control the Autumn Court, ironically, it's probably at its most powerful while you are near the Autumn Court, while you're in the lands of Autumn. So there might be other powers that you may possess while you are in that realm. Who knows?
I would like to investigate other occurrences of a planar an omnipresent entity that speaks into the minds of powerful characters in history.
Yeah, yeah, make me an investigation check.
Got it. Uh, 18.
18. There's a very long list of known gods. Incredibly long list of known gods, which would be considered near omnipotent beings who have the power to influence people's dreams and such. Many, many gods. Huge list of them. From all kinds of different planes.
Okay. I'll look for a common one.
A common one.
Yes, one that has been like amidst all the stories of creation, there is always this deity or this being mentioned.
We don't need any niche gods.
Yeah, you need niche gods. There is maybe another religion or investigation check, your choice.
I'll do religion. That'll be a 7.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Difficult to say. The weaves of conspiracy within these books, you know it runs deep, but your mortal mind cannot unravel the mysteries of this greater cosmic force that weaves itself within all tales. Who knows what it is? Who knows where it is? You can't find it.
Do I ever find a name for what this being is referred to?
There's a very obscure reference in one book. Go make one more check. We'll see if you figure it.
What check? What check do you need?
Same thing. Investigation or religion.
Okay, I'll do investigation. That'll be a 16.
16. You hear in one obscure book here or there, and it's sort of the end of the trail, but there's a telling. It's sort of a document by a king who is said to have gone mad with knowledge, a profane knowledge that none should know, and it speaks falteringly and obscurely in a maddened sort of way of a deity, a being of great power known as the Game Master.
This runs deep. This is... How was no one looking into this? More examination to follow. Write it in my journal.
Got it. Write it in your journal. You just write the Game Master.
Question
mark?
Got a bunch
dot
of
dot
written to like different gods.
Circle, underline. Rate it again 200 times.
And yeah, that'll be the extent of his day, I think.
Okay. Incredible. What about the rest of you? What does everyone else want to do with their days? You take a day off from adventuring and world saving and Feywild manipulating.
I feel like getting a tuning fork for Arborea might be a good idea. The more I read this prophecy thing, the more I feel like it's there and not here, but like dreams are mentioned, you're literally the dream weaver, like I don't know. And do you get that from your mom or from your dad, or is it both?
No, that is Morpheus.
Speaking of which, Dreamweaver, I had given you this item, or your first session here, but I realized it was never in your sheet, so I put it in there for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the crown. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, the tuning fork. That can be procured. How much does that cost?
Oh, I can't remember. The last couple have just been given to me, so I can't remember how much they were for.
That's okay, yeah.
I don't believe they're super cheap, obviously.
No, they're not too cheap. Let's see if I can't find out.
That's just
Plane
one
shift.
really high value item, but I've been trying not to get rid of it.
Understood. They're worth 250 each. Thinnings will say, "Oh, welcome back, Miss Tresswent. Yes, of course. I've been told to allow you to procure whatever tuning fork you wish, but of course there is a cost involved. This will be a 250 gold piece cost, but Our Lady Vilna has afforded you a sort of cost reduction, as they usually cost about twice their creation cost. So 250 gold pieces, please. Or, you know, in Feywild terms, fancy items and trinkets and such.
That's true, yeah. I really don't have much left. I have diamond dust. That I can try. Maybe I'll go ask the group if they have anything.
Certainly, madam. I could also, of course, speak to the lady about procuring funds on your behalf, as you are technically part of her commission. I do not know what the arrangement is between the two of you, but I could certainly see if that is what you'd ask of me.
Sure, you do that, and I'll go ask everybody else.
Oh, very well. And he'll wander away.
Guys, you got any, like, cool stuff that we could trade in for a tuning fork? Or money? I have this one really big diamond that's worth a lot, but it's not worth, like, a small tuning fork. Brock, you're so quiet.
Oops. It's gotta be a thing.
Or gold.
Or gold. Oh. Wait, I'm kind of running low on gold. How much gold are we talking?
I keep buying spell components, tuning forks, I'm running out of stuff.
How much are we talking?
250.
250. Okay. That would be. Is there a way just to convert all my money into gold?
I mean, it tells you how much total you have in gold, right?
Yeah, if you open it up, it'll tell you the total amount of gold you have amongst all your coins.
Oh. Okay, 250? Yeah, I could do that. I could pull 250. And stones and trinkets and whatnot.
Yeah, because I have the blood diamond and then the grand wish stone are the two things that I haven't given up, but I don't know, they're just too cool to give up for right now, at least.
Okay. It's all good. Yeah, I'll hand that over. We can get that tuning fork. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Okay. Fantastic. If you want to fork that over, a tuning fork will be made available to you by tomorrow, but you can just go ahead and add it to your sheet now. So that'll be a tuning fork to the plane of Arborea. At a certain point, you will be found out, Trixie, by Argomonzales, the dwarven record keeper of the palace, this sort of older dwarf. And he says, Triswin, master of, or, fuck, what's your, I'm being killed on titles today. What's your title
I was trying
again?
to look it up and I couldn't find it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll find it in my calendar here. Let's see. You are master of all things that grow. It says, it was master of all things that will grow. Pleasure to see you. I wish to pass along an invitation for you and the rest of the knights of Scorched Earth, who have titles as sort of inner advisory titles, such as yourself and Master Brock and Duke Jace. You're all welcome to come to my office at any time, and you may requisition funds to for your needs, as such. And I'll happily manage any sort of financing you might need on your journey here in the Feywild. Tricks and favors and such, so happy to set that up for you. I just want to let you know. Well, you're muted, Trixie.
I'm not.
Oh, I just couldn't hear you. There you
Yeah.
go. There you
I
go.
go tell Brock first because, he just forked out a bunch of money.
Got it.
Wait, we got credit?
Think? I don't. He just said something about money.
Did you say how much?
Why don't we get Chase and we can go ask him specifics? I don't know if it starts off. It might start off at 0. I don't know.
Well, what good is that?
I don't know. I didn't ask any questions. I just came to find you. I'm sorry.
All right, let's go find Jace.
I don't like dealing with the money. We go find Jace. Where's
Yeah.
Jace?
Alright. You find Jace in the library going, No, that can't be all. That can't be all!
God.
Should we leave him alone?
His madness is deepening. You can tell.
Jace, what you doing?
What? Oh, yes. Just some light reading.
Can I see what he's doing?
No.
You see these
Not read
it's very
from the
like
book.
yeah, must not read from the book. He very much looks like Gandalf underneath Gondor at the beginning of the movie where he's learning about the One Ring. There's these long ancient scrolls of parchment that have been unraveled, just sort of layered on top of one another, books stacked high.
Oh.
He's got a corkboard with the red yarn and everything.
You did all this in 2 hours?
That's
If I'm not distracted, I'm quite focused.
That would be everybody.
I suppose. What have you come to tell me or show me or distract me? I mean, tell me.
We were gonna go talk to the records guy about possibly collecting funds, and
Funds.
he's gonna help us with things we need to buy and stuff.
Oh,
Like our money manager now.
really?
But I didn't quite understand how it worked, so we were gonna go ask him questions.
Oh. Okay. That sounds quite doable. Do they have a form of credit here?
That's what I was
don't know
saying.
what that is.
Oh, well,
What is credit?
credit is essentially the government telling you that you can purchase something if you don't have the funds for it right now. And your credit score, as it were, determines how well you are financially to be able to be assigned said credit.
See, you have money, and then there's imaginary money.
Indeed. hmm
Okay.
Yes. But you also have two different kinds of credit, right? So you have if you're a bit of a government buff like me, there's social credit, which is from a form of government known as socialism, and that actually, well, that means everybody basically has the same thing. And if
You
you
hear like the sound of thunder outside.
And governments are what? And we carry on this conversation, and Trixie's still lost by the end.
Trixie, the advisor to essentially the Queen of Prismere, who is literally a politician, asks what government is.
But grew up in a forest.
No,
completely
absolutely.
isolated
like,
Absolutely.
so you know,
for 200 years.
Kings and queens are their own form of government. So is the royal family. Government is basically saying, well, I'm more powerful than you, and I will tell you what to do and how much you need to pay me for protection.
So it's the people in charge when there's not royal people in charge. So like the elders back home.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. That. Yep. To boil it down.
And they make fake imaginary money.
Sometimes. Yes.
Okay.
All right, everybody on the same page.
Are we good? All right. Now,
What were we doing again?
We were gonna go talk and get answers, but I don't know if I want to hear anymore. But maybe you guys do.
Fun fact, Brock learned about credit in the Nine Hells.
oh,
That's where it was invented.
Where it was invented, exactly. Anyway, if you guys wish to go talk to Arkham Gonzalez, you find him in his office, he pulls out some documents, he says, essentially, just to make things as simple as possible, consider me your financier. If there is something that you require for your journey, such as the tuning fork that you receive from Thinnings, and Thinnings isn't able to procure it for you, just come to me, and I'll let you know if it's within Lady Zabilna's power to procure it, and I'll be sure to arrange the favors and gifts required.
and will we have to pay back this this payment every month?
But technically, you know how things work here in the Feywild. It's all sort of, if you do a favor for me, you owe me it, or if you do a favor for me, I owe you a favor. That's sort of how it works. But you are all serving at the leisure of Queen Zabilna as it is, so it kind of overrides that to a degree, as you are in her service. So as long as you're within her service, you're free to come and ask for whatever you like. Some things might be more than others. I might need something. Zabilna might require a more personal service from an individual with exchange, but just come around and we'll see what we can do, basically.
Well, that seems pretty straightforward. Don't really know why we got on the credit.
You'll also have to pay back taxes at HST if you want it.
Okay, this makes a lot more sense.
Oh, I'm just kidding. That's shipped. Zabilna doesn't like that here. This is a place of... The domain is a place of happiness, and nobody likes taxes.
I suppose not. That's why.
But if you cross her, she'll string you up by your ears. That's true. She will do that. She's done it before.
Okay, now see, this sounds a lot like the material plane government, but
Sounds like he's just gonna negotiate the best deal for us for things we need.
Well, you all remember the 3 rules of Prismere, right?
Of course.
Of course. The only laws that Zabilna upholds in the entire realm. You are all quite aware of it, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course.
It's the first thing you learned when you came to the Feywild.
Yep. Read up on them every
Yeah,
day.
just
Every day.
yeah.
Excellent.
I totally know it.
Glad to hear it.
One is like no stealing, right? Isn't that one of them?
Aye, that's right.
And being to guests, right? Or
Aye.
yeah, and then trading.
Yeah, reciprocity.
Reciprocity, yeah.
Reciprocity, ownership, hospitality.
There you Yeah, see, I knew
remember, yeah.
y'all knew it. Trixie, you have inspiration for remembering the only rules that Zabelna requires someone to follow in her domain.
All right. Couldn't remember the words, but I remembered the basics.
That's yeah, you remember the important parts. Remember, every domain in the Feywild, every domain of delight has 3 rules to guide the people of the domain, so always good to keep an eye on it.
Maybe we should ask Vivian what to expect when we go to the Ringlands. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting things. Where are we going again?
I don't know.
Wherever that
I-
tuning fork takes us, I guess.
Well, we could do that too if we want to skip the Feywild and just go to. I honestly, when I keep rereading the prophecy, it sounds much more. There would be better, but that's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think.
You're wise beyond my years, so I'll trust your judgment.
Unnaturally wise.
Trixie is wise.
Too wise.
Yeah.
Too wise, some would say.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you guys what. Anyone here can make an insight check regarding probable locations of the harmonies. Based on all the research some of you have done and what you know from the one that you have and so on and so forth.
It is an insight check.
Insight check, yes.
25.
25.
19 on the dice.
Definitely not that high.
Okay. I'll say Vivian, as you've been hearing about them and you've seen Trixie's, the power it holds, as the Feywild seems to, within that 6th magical sense, almost seems to, magic of the Feywild seems to swirl around Trixie ever since she's worn it. You get the sense that these are items of such substantial planar shifting power that it would not make sense for them to be kept long term on the plane that they are meant to bind. So if you are seeking them, there's a great chance that the harmonies aren't in the Feywild actively. They need to be found elsewhere and brought here.
I will share that. Also, what are the three laws of Arboreum?
That doesn't exist in Arborea. Arborea isn't isn't the Feywild.
That's just the Feywild.
Avalon would have 3. Avalon would have rules of conduct, but not Arborea. Sorry?
What are Avalon's rules of conduct?
I don't know. I'll tell you when you get there.
Cool. Gotcha. Love it.
Quick question to the party. When it says from fetid waters and forest strife, fetid waters, that would be like unpleasant or smelly.
Polluted or brackish. Still waters where things are.
Yeah, that's why we were thinking like something's in trouble or sick or something like that. In danger.
I would almost say that. Well, one, where would like disgusting water meet a forest?
A swamp.
And for the last part, the wood weds its new wife. One could almost say that the changing of the seasons, if you attribute the seasons to a mistress that comes and goes, then the wood wedding its new wife would be a forest changing the seasons.
Could be.
Whatever that means here.
Whatever it means.
Do we know if there's anything bad going on in Arborea? Like something new bad?
I would say, Trixie, since you've been doing so much... Well, you've been doing research. You haven't been doing, like, current event
No.
stuff. Yeah. So I'd say Vivian, you'd probably be the only one who's able to... who would have knowledge of active stuff going on in Arborea. But you did your thing with... Yeah, but the issue, though, is that you have been with the one of the most reclusive gods on the plane, which is Morpheus, who, though does dwell in Arborea, is the god of, like, dreams and sleep. So he is not very much concerned with the waking things of that world. So I would say that, no, you guys don't really know about any sort of current events
We
going
don't
on
have
in
a town
Arborea.
crier here. A town crier.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, you can. There are people here who can tell you about events going on in the world, but as of now, you four don't have any grounds to like know that info or roll out that info. So you could go seek people who might know.
I would love
Maybe
to
just
do
show
that.
up and see what is happening. Just fucking
You could
celebrate.
always, Vivian, visit your father, whether it be through dream or the physical world. You could always go to Mount Olympus on the plane of Arborea.
That's actually what I was going to suggest as a place to start. Even if Dad doesn't know, someone will. The gods like to gossip.
Ryan, just for me, I guess.
Hmm.
So the whole thing where the Sele court wanted to war with Zybilna, are those tensions like over or what?
Make me...
I think so we're told.
Yeah, I think we were told things have died down, but
Yeah, things have gone from, like, active hostility to sort of, like, kind of Cold War-y a little bit, sort of like, we're all okay on the surface, but, like, there's an underlying sort of tension, perhaps spy game, wanting to learn more about the other, still trying to take each other down in a sort of, like, not official kind of way.
And have we informed the Sele
trusting.
court of the Iron Fae and how they're trying to?
Yes, they became aware of it, and that's what led to the hostilities between Prismir and
Got it.
the Sele Court. So yeah, so they weren't aware of it, and Zybilna was trying to figure out what the deal was, and then they found out about the Iron Fae body in Zybilna's court, and was like, oh, she's trying to make an army of Iron Fae to kill everybody. She's
I
an enemy
remember-
of Fae.
I remember how they found out that was.
Yeah, so they got mad at her, and then you guys kind of brought to light that it wasn't Prismir that was producing Iron Fae, it was a faction they needed dealing with. So now they're like, okay, we have like a common enemy, we should like go back to doing our own thing, and everyone seems to be trying to handle it in their own way.
common
Nobody's
enemy,
really
but
united.
nobody trusts each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And that probably remains true within the courts themselves as well. There's probably a lot of infighting in the Sele court and non-Sele court.
Okay.
Which is why you're all seeking out the harmonies, so that you can kind of force everyone to get together and work out.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking we show up in the spring court, wherever that be, and then we just fucking figure it out. Kicking
Well,
down
like
doors.
Vivian said that these things are probably not in the Feywild, so we might have a better luck going to Arborea instead of the other courts at this time.
And what was
maybe-
the reason again? I'm sorry.
Because if they were all here, then like them being here is what would bring everything together, right? Like the courts having the mantles or whatever the other things are.
Okay.
The harmonies, it seems, give enormous power over this realm. I could be wrong, but that seems to be what I'm getting from it. It's safer to keep them off plane, where they're not a danger to this realm.
But for them to be harmonies, they all need to be together, I would assume.
Which is why they're kept separated. Right?
they're
So
very
that
powerful
when we bring them together,
Here.
you don't want them together all the time. For the safety of the plane, you want them separated. We're gathering them. Avalon is part of the Feywild. I don't think.
Yeah, so as a reminder about the prophecy, as you're saying, so the first portion of the prophecy goes, on the banks where Fey winds blow, the Feywild, where Axlip's nodding violets grow, fulsome figures smooth the course of fate, presumably all of you, as seasons laced set a diresome date. And then the very end, it says, the child of spring, the burning summer, the falling autumn, the lonely winter, entwining in one, disassembling matter, all lose form, all crash, all shatter. So that's telling of what has been, what may be.
Is there a history to why the harmonies were created?
If there is, you certainly don't know what it is. Require research or seeking out perhaps some deeply elder creature of the Feywild who might be able to tell you that.
Here's a thought. Why don't we take a trip to the Elder Tree, ask him what the purpose and the history of the harmonies is. That should shed some light on, you know, where they would possibly be held. And then we can go to Arborea, or wherever your people are, and get more information about each one of them.
With that,
Specifically where they are. I didn't mean to cut you off, I just wanted to put that there.
It makes no difference to me. Not burning my spell slots.
That's fair.
would have to be tomorrow because I don't have that spell prepared to get us there quickly. And we were gonna spend another day anyways to get rid of the hangovers.
Fair. All right. Well, I suppose tomorrow morning, we can make the quick trip to the Elder Tree, and then after we get the information, then we can move on. We just need to have the teleport spell prepared and the plane ship spell, which I assume is for the tuning fork that you obtained. All right. In that case, I will continue my light reading.
Why do you say it like that?
on all four legs, starts crawling back to the library.
Maybe you should just sneak up behind him and just knock him out. We'll just take him to his room and he can sleep it off.
See, my headcanon is the Githyanki's consciousness is still in there, and it's like get outing its way. Right.
It's in the what is it? The sunken place.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's up, Vivian? You had your hand up.
Yeah. Is there anyone at court that might know anything about what's going on in Arborea right now?
Here in Prismere, Honestly,
Probably not.
no, because Zabilna sought you out as the authority on stuff going on in Arborea. So if there was someone who knew more, you wouldn't have been the lady to talk to.
I didn't know if there was. There are different levels of gossip, you know. I didn't know
Yeah,
if there was someone
absolutely.
who. Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Yeah, she sought you out as you were sort of the. You sort of checked all the boxes, especially including expertise on the realm of Arborea. Alright, anything else to be done today, or... You're kicking her feet up, dude.
Here, I'm gonna find my way back to Kalimazzaros.
Alright, you do so. Says, oh, master of things to fall, it is a pleasure to see you. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I had things trying to look for an item for me that hasn't panned out yet. I want to see if you can find this for me.
Alright, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for something called a cold fire anvil.
Cold fire anvil. Yes, I've heard of the cold fire anvil. It is a quite the item, Master Brock. I admit. It's something that I'll have to take some time to look into, to be sure. But I could start doing some investigation on your behalf if you wanted me to.
That's all that I ask.
All right, I'll keep an ear out, see if I can't learn something about it.
Thank you very much. That's all the time I needed.
Very well. I'll begin searching, and he will begin to search for the cold fire anvil. Legends of it, a great item. Fantastic. Anybody else? Stuff to do today? No. Kick your feet up. Obsess over forbidden lore. Yeah, you guys can all find yourselves to bed that night. That day. Yeah. You hear. Oh, you also hear that the children of Thither seem to have joined the great religion of the Tube. They seem to have sort of officially sponsored the great religion of the Tube, and have joined sort of their crusader army that they are building. You don't know if that's true or not, it's just rumor, but that's what you hear around court.
Can we go back in time, guys, and just take him out before all this starts?
It's becoming too
mission.
powerful. Yeah, he's the real enemies, the BBG.
I said this from the start. We
Yeah, we
gotta
did.
like put a stop to this, you know? Like
And it's just gotten out of hand.
it's just continually growing. Soon, when the Christians get a hold of this, they're gonna go bonkers.
How do you know these aren't the Feywild equivalent of the Christians?
Oh God.
We're gonna-
It's just two perpendicular tubes.
Yeah, we're gonna do all this work to stop this thing with the harmonies and all that, and then like the crusades start right after.
Yeah, you said it, Jace. You said the prophetic words. The Crusades begin. We will kill the witch! Kill the witch! Up on the hill! It seems that Prismere's out of the wars. They have a civil situation going on.
Yes, there's a civil war, a religious war.
A religious
How
war, if you will.
daunting.
Daunting.
I can't
the
wait to
witch
see how
queen.
Sabina handles this one.
Yeah, the goblin's like, you're telling me she's the witch queen? You know what we hate? Witches! Anyway, you guys have the rest of the day. This is what you see, this is what you hear around the palace. Trixie, you are, as you wander around, any sort of, like, visiting officials, are just sort of stirred by your presence. Like, not necessarily come up to you and, like, sort of, like, ogle over you, but they're just sort of, like, they kind of look at you with a look of like they've never seen anything like you before. Obviously, like at the mantle, especially, but there's just clearly like as you wander by fey creatures, there is like a sort of look of like what's going on. Like your presence is exceptional. It's like whenever you walk in a room now, there's like a whole like crazy entrance that they see that you don't or something. But definitely everyone seems more daunted or wondered by your arrival. Okay, guys, you all hit that long rest. Absolutely. Dreamweavers, or anything that you want to do this dream related? In the realms of slumber?
There is.
I see. Well, then let's go to the realm of slumber. Finally got you aboard.
I would like to check in on my beloved brother.
I see. Vivian the Dreamweaver, you awaken in your realm, the realm of slumber. Every star, a spirit who dreams within your realm. You wander around and you begin to look off and seek out your brother. But you know that you can't, for he is an elf. And elves do not dream, nor do they sleep. Well, they can dream, but they don't sleep, they trance. So unfortunately your brother is inaccessible to you, as are many elves.
Oh, well, in which case, I suppose I'll just let Dad know I'm coming home.
Incredible. You sort of look for the essence of your father, never too hard to find within your realm. You're trying to find him to let him know that you will be arriving soon within your own dreams. And very quickly you are set upon a sort of mysterious robed figure, this sort of initial figure your father always takes as sort of that mysterious stranger that arrives in so many very dreams. And you hear his voice sort of echo through your own realm. Hello, daughter.
Father, I'm coming home and bringing some company.
I see. I will ensure the Olympians grant you a wonderful welcome.
Thank you. Have you heard of the Harmonies?
Yes. Of course I have. You've heard of it. Your friends have heard of it. And many have dreamed of acquiring such power.
We're tracking them. Apparently it was what will be needed to take down the Iron Fae.
Your lady is one of a very forceful mind, then perhaps.
I think Mother is...
Come to me.
Hello.
Oh, go ahead.
I think Mother's playing chess.
You do you? I assure you, Vivian, if your mother knew you were seeking the Harmonies, you find yourself in a dungeon, or worse. You see, the Skeleton King is the ruler of the Court of Autumn, but this is not so any longer. Trisuin, the wielder of the Mantle of Leaves, she's the ruler of the Realm of Autumn now. Whether it be in name or not, she has more control over it than any Archfey who has ever come.
No.
And so will she or he who wields the Harmony of Spring. Your mother is not one to let go of power easily.
No, she's not.
I would recommend keeping this to yourself, daughter. Your quest for power.
I will. Thank you.
Find me on Mount Olympus. You know the building, shattered though it may be.
I do.
I will await you and all your friends, and we will talk more.
And I'll go and embrace him a little bit and head off to my way.
You embrace him. He kind of just lets you hug him. He's a very strange consciousness. And he says, "Very well. Well, later." And he sort of scatters into stardust amongst your realm. And you might awaken the next day.
Might awaken?
No, you definitely awaken, like, for sure.
For
Like,
sure.
for sure. Incredible.
I assume we'll be convening for breakfast or some such before we...
As we usually do. Yep.
As you usually do, you all convene for breakfast.
At breakfast we plan.
And so it is the time to plan breakfast. We'll put the ruler of the realm of autumn at the head of the table today.
I love that.
Yeah. I don't even think I remember what non-bear Brock looks like.
I think he's a gnome.
He is.
You know, I don't even remember.
I don't even know.
Get the fuck out. Get the...
See, Trixie liked it!
So fucking corny.
So, Vivian's going to share everything she discussed with her father and
Everything.
is then going to suggest to Trixie, I love the new cloak. It's very you. But unless you feel up to challenging the Skeleton King, who apparently thinks he's the ruler of the realm of autumn, you might want to take it, maybe put it in a bag somewhere. In fact, I think as we're collecting these things, perhaps we should wait. Just be aware, if you're walking through a space, like, say, to the tree might take enormous offense to seeing that. Might not. I could be wrong. The decision is entirely yours. I'm
Off
merely
table.
conveying information.
Yes, off table.
Off table.
Off table.
We know 100% that that's a fucking lie, right?
What's a lie?
What she just said? She didn't say... Because her dad didn't say the fucking Skeleton King, did he?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
for autumn, yeah.
Oh, my fault.
Yes.
fault.
Yes.
He
Like,
also
I-
mentioned
Apology.
spring.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
her.
He said that the Skeleton King, which you all know to be true, the Skeleton King is the head of the Autumn Court. So she was saying, like, he may be sort of the political leadership of the Autumn Court, but Trisuin holds the power to bind and control the entire realm. So she has more power, more literal power over Autumn than the Skeleton King has,
Okay.
is what he was
Got it.
saying.
I did my best to convey in honesty. So if the player Carmen misconveyed, that
No,
was
you're right.
untrue.
Oh, no, you're
I
right.
was-
I'm just a dumbass. It's fine.
No, it was you were correct about your relaying of information. But
I
like,
mean, I think
I think I heard the... Like, your mom and...
I think you're mixing them up. Yeah,
Yeah.
thinking they were from the same
hmm
place.
I thought that's who
Um,
would be pissed, and that's why
No.
you were telling her to take it off.
Oh, and
Low
no,
key.
listen.
We'll get there.
So I think I mean I could put it in the bag of holding while we go talk to the elder tree, but I feel by the time we come back, like people have seen me wearing it around here. Word's
there's
gonna get
also,
out.
there's also a point that people don't necessarily know what they're looking at, right? Like it's like the harmonies are like you couldn't even find a lot of information in your books, Trixie. Like there's even a good chance that like most Arc Fae don't know what the harmonies are. Like it's an obscure artifact of like ancient power. So
So is
Folks
it
know
even
you
a
have
good
a full
idea?
cloak.
Yeah, but so is it a good idea to even ask the Elder Tree about them at this point?
you know the Elder Tree was he was there when the Feywild was created.
No, I know.
So possibly.
I think he'll have the answers. I'm just, if we ask him questions, would he then tell people we've been asking questions about it?
He's not that kind
You
of
can make me an
guy.
insight check if you want. You guys have met him and try to figure out his intentions.
So if you
He
don't
just
say
seems
anything,
friendly. He just seems friendly, and he'd just talk to anybody about anything.
so you better keep your mouth shut, or I'll put
Oh,
my
I
hand
rolled
on
really
you.
well.
You just
job.
have to threaten that Nithrael will never come back to see him again, and then he'll shut up.
26.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
26.
I rolled a 19.
Very nice. The Elder Tree is positioned between the dark and the light of the Fey world. He is connected to everything and everyone. He is his most ultimate goal is the protection of nature itself above all. And he can sense danger and intervene when possible. There is a very high chance he already knows that you have this item and what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So if he's gonna tell somebody, he's gonna tell somebody no matter what. He's connected to everything in the Feywild. But with a 26, I will tell you this. The Elder Tree sees the big picture and doesn't usually take sides with either the Sele or Unsele court. So he is very much separate from courtly politics. I think you do know that he is very deeply respected by Oberon, the Green Lord, the protector of life and nature, and will come to his aid when needed. But the Elder Tree indeed is a very neutral party in the Feywild. So that's what I'll give you.
So, yeah, I don't think me having it on for a little bit will really cause that much more difficult problems than me already wearing it. We'll just go there quickly, ask him questions, and then leave right away.
Skedaddle.
Yeah.
That
It's
works
also
for
a matter
me.
of try and stop us. You
I mean,
try and
unless
stop
somebody
us?
can just like send him message and we don't have to go actually see him, but I can't.
Messages can be limited if you wanted to have a longer conversation.
Yeah, that's true. Longer
Do
is
we, though?
Better.
More than 25 words?
You could always fit it in.
No, I think we should just go talk to him. That message thing is really frustrating sometimes.
I'm telling you. I don't know who designed it, but they definitely... I think they put the limit on it just to piss people off.
Probably Mordekainen. I don't know. Seems like something he
Probably.
would do.
Knowing him, probably.
Is above the table, is Mordenkainen still in Prismere?
Yeah, he's around.
It's probably like right over there, like sipping some
Right
coffee.
behind
He's,
the
he's
other.
What did
been
you
in the
say?
room the whole time.
I've been here the whole time.
I'm not old enough to not hear
you.
You see Sibyl and Mordenkainen enter the room. I was like just about to say it actually. They kind of start coming down the stairs. I was like, "Shut up about Mordenkainen, shut up, shut up."
I think he would think it's funny. Don't you? No? Okay.
It's good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Sibyl is here as well. Says good morning. Doesn't mind if we join you. I'm curious to see what you'll be up to soon.
Oh, we just finished discussing a bit of a plan. Question. Mordenkainen.
Yes.
Do you know?
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I suppose we have not met. I
No.
am Jace Silverlong, long time member of the Knights of the Scorched Earth, Duke of all Horizons.
I see. Another one of your advisors, Zabilna. Yes, it is. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Jay Silverlong. I'm quite sure I need no introduction. I'm sure your friends have already been told you all about me.
Oh yes, we were actually, I have a question.
Yes.
You know the spell, is it message or sending?
Sending.
Sending is the 25 word, yeah.
You know the spell, sending, obviously.
Of course I know spell sending. What do you take me for, some second-rate mage assistant?
Not in the slightest. But I am suggesting that perhaps a mage's assistant created it. You wouldn't happen to know who created it, or rather the 25-word limit, would you?
No, of course not. You see, there are some spells that just sort of were there. You see, sorcerers and all as such. Because I certainly do not know who created the spell. Not all spells were created by mortals. Perhaps it was created by the goddess Mystra, and you're simply insulting her as you stand here. Or perhaps it was made by some bum who couldn't think of how to add an extra word in there.
I mean, any good spellcaster puts their name in front of the spell.
Exactly. Exactly correct.
Yes.
Anyone worth knowing, anyway.
Definitely a fan of, what was it, Faithful Hound?
Ah, yes. An excellent, I thought, indeed. Well, that is my spell. I hope you like it. Not my best work, but it's certainly useful for the right person who knows how to use it.
Yes. Haven't found a need for it, sadly.
Well, that's your problem, isn't it?
I suppose so.
Don't have a problem being snuck up on.
Yes.
I'm sorry, are you capable of casting it?
Probably not.
No, so we're not worried if you can cast it, are we?
We got beef, bro? No.
Do we have beef? This is, by the way, and he looks over at Vivian and says, and who might this lovely creature be? I am Archmage Mordenkainen of the world of Oearth. I'm sure you have heard of me and my work. It is a pleasure to meet you. No, he doesn't do that.
She will, however, do the same and say, I'm Vivian the Dreamweaver.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, what's for breakfast? And he sits there. You guys are served another lovely breakfast. This time, there's no living plants served today. Or not any more living
It's on
plants.
my end of the table.
Yeah, just on your end of the table, it's just like a lot of meat. It's like bacon, ham, sausage rolls, eggs.
Trixie starts to get just a little bit stronger. All the extra protein.
Trixie's getting a little... The gains, man.
Strength
Not
plus
the
one,
constitution.
but also gout plus one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me raw chicken legs, I can take it. I've got the con for it.
She wears like fucking custom fit orthotics now to help her hurt toe from the gout.
Right.
From the gout. Incredible. Spilla just sort of smiles and picks at her food. So where are you all, how long do you plan to stay here in Prismia? And, is there an idea about your next objective?
We do have a few. Well, mainly, we are planning to go see the Elder Tree today. Gather up some information on the history and purpose of the harmonies. And then, after we gain that information, our dear Vivian here has offered to take us on a tour of her home, or I guess half of the home.
We'll be
Yes.
popping by Mount Olympus.
That one.
Ah, I see. Well, that should be interesting.
It's always interesting.
Well, I hope you find the next of the harmonies. There. Mordenkainen says, what is this? You speak of harmonies. Does this have to do with this prophecy you've been hunting down? From that witch that we found in the woods?
Actually, yeah.
Knew the answer to that one. To be honest, as I will tell you more of the harmonies later, Mordenkainen. Well, if you all think that is the place to go, is there anything that you might need for your journey?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Then I wish you all a very fond farewell. Until next we meet. I have quite a great deal to do here in Prismia, especially after my recent absence.
Of course.
How are you acclimating to being back?
It's good being back. She looks at Mordenkainen, looks back at the rest of you, and says, I will not lie. There will always be a part of me that is Tasha, that is Igwilv, the Witch Queen. She'll always be there. She'll always be wanting to stir up some madness, questioning the balance of power. But I have built this place, and I have turned myself over to, I think, a greater aspiration than personal power. Kindness. I think this is the best place for me, whether I have my flights of fancies every now and then. Grosette, I have no doubt that we will not have seen the last of him, but we have some time. He will be locked within his domain, within the Abyss itself, for a year and a day. So we have ourselves some time before we need to deal with him again. And I have great work to do with the treaties. We have a very complex relationship, me and him. I'm sure he is quite angry, but I think there's also a part of him that is... Never mind. But, yes, we
that's
won't have to
one-
worry about him for a while.
That's one hell year.
That is one standard year. But here in the Feywild, well, things change. It will feel like a year here. So, sometime. Unless, of course, we return. That does not stop his agents from leaving, however. We need on revenge, so keep an eye out. We also took the collar from him, who was a powerful agent of manipulation, so just be cautious on the travels. Revenge might follow you.
I think I can speak for everyone when I say that we are quite happy to have you back. Isabelna, we all know about.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Truly. This is the best place for me, and I think I heard someone once say that discipline is looking out for your future self. It is the most exceptional form of self-loving. So this is where I ought to be. And I have a lot of work to do, so I'll bury myself in that, including poring over these treaties and finally bearing fruit from that, so... While you work, I will work, and we'll meet in the middle once you have your next harmony.
As we
Sounds like a
shall.
plan.
Excellent.
Well, with nothing but a smile and a farewell, I think we will be off.
Ooh, also, I wanted to inform you, Tamlin, a plane shift, I don't remember who it was, if it was me or if it was you, Trixie, but...
It was me.
It was you? Okay. Something didn't go quite right with the plane shift, so he's either caught in a plane or he's suspended in a teleportative state. I will work on unwinding him from those planar energies. You'll have him back soon enough.
Yeah, it would be nice to have him around, knowing we might have some demons on our tails.
Yes, yes. Paladins, more trouble than they're worth, really. Anyway, if that is all, I have treaties to read and politicians to turn my nose up at. And a very angry Eladrin who needs quelling. So, good luck.
See you when I'll see you.
I will see you when I see you, and if you ever need to send 25 words, I'll be around. She'll, gracefully as always, depart. Mordecai says, well, I'll go too. I think my job here is done. I have helped you all help Zybilna from her dark misfortunes. So, I will leave this miserable plane and find somewhere nicer, and perhaps have a proper cup of tea.
Oh, you liked it.
No, it was obscenely and chaotic and nonsensical.
None
Sounds like fun.
None of the features you stand for, I assume.
No, not so. I much prefer the Nine Hells. They're a lot more rule-based. Yes, dangerous and dark, but interesting and predictable. Everyone's trying to either kill you or fuck you into a contract. Well, I'll be off. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Perhaps we'll see each other again one day.
Here.
He takes out a tuning fork, hits it off the side of the table, ding, and he vanishes.
Hells yeah.
Are we all ready to go?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I look for the healthiest tree I can find that can take a little damage. And I also think about a healthy tree on the other side. That's not the elder tree. I'm not going to do that to him again.
The elder tree's like, ah! As you come through. There's no shortage of healthy trees in Zybilna's gardens.
You should just pick a dead one.
One that's just on its way out. That would be more fall-like,
Yeah. You just end it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on
Every
its way out.
Teleports you. This
Ash.
last. It has four mortals like run through its body with its last dying breath. It's torn apart and still.
Yeah, we'll say Trixie either does one or the other. She either looks for really healthy trees or ones that are on their last leg, and it's just time to let them go.
Got it.
Whichever it is, that's what she'll do when she's doing.
Zybilna has nothing but healthy trees here in her garden. She doesn't abide ugly trees.
Every time you touch a healthy tree, you shave off like 500 years of its life or whatever.
I just add a couple rings.
Not that
Right,
much.
yeah.
Jesus. Trees have a lot of hit points, so you're good. Yeah. You walk up to one of these healthy trees. This gnome is like just finished like cutting a couple of. He goes, "There we are, perfect. Lady Zybilna will be quite pleased." And he like takes a little ladder and he puts it under his arm and he walks away, pleased with himself. It's perfectly shapen.
Really shaped all the green leaves. He's taken off all the discolored ones, and I'm just gonna discolor some of them.
Exactly. You put your hand on it. You could feel under your hand the sort of like the moving and dissolving of the bark, but to all of your eyes, like nothing's wrong with the tree. You don't see anything really bad happen, and the tree sort of parts. And as it does, a couple of leaves sort of fall, and they sort of become orange as they sort of like fall down in a small shower of leaves around all of you. And you can run through. You all run through the tree, making your way to the elder tree, and you hear as the portal seals, you're on the other side. Oh, well, that's just really upsetting. And then it closes. And you find yourselves on the other side, and we will pick up that after a little break. Let's go have a little 5-10 minute break, and we'll be back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I could make it to this session.
Us too.
I'm a little worried I might be working a lot of Saturdays at least through the end of the year.
Yeah, we gotta. It's that time of year.
The
We're
only
gonna do our
reason
best
I'm
to make
not
it all
today, they're having their annual boiler inspection.
work. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we had to shut down for that.
Boiler inspection, you say?
Oh yeah, it's like a serious thing.
They don't fuck with their boilers.
Oh no, yeah, it's like the law. Because there's all kinds of safety mechanisms or whatnot, but if it did explode, it would, like, everybody in the building's dead.
It would be
It'd
unfortunate.
blow up half the
It would be
town.
unfortunate.
It'd be fairly unfortunate.
Fairly.
Fairly. Well, it's a good thing they're getting it inspected.
Hmm.
Now, I'm curious. What is the point of the boiler?
It's a boil stuff.
Make hot water.
Duh.
Lots of steam. Lots of steam.
Welcome to the smoke show.
So you have to steam the boxes.
Steam the board. And need hot water for the starch tank. That'll adhere everything together. The board's hot when it comes out of the machine.
When you say the board, what are you referring to?
There there are three parts of the box when you look at it. There's the double backer, the single facer, and the medium. Single facer is the inside of the box. That's what gets the scores. That's where it bends in. Double backer's the outside of the box. That's where it gets the print, and that's what be having print on the outside.
What be having print, yes. That print is what matters.
And then the medium is the little flute in the middle, the wavy bit.
Gotta have the flute, dude.
Well, if you didn't have it, then you wouldn't. That's the box, basically. And then your double backer and single facer hold it all together. So that's what I mean by paper and sticking it together.
Oh, okay.
We also run double wall. You'll notice sometimes you get a thicker box. It's got two different flutes with a liner in the middle.
Hmm.
Do that. That sucks.
Now, if you were to recommend a box to someone, the sturdiest box that you could possibly produce, what kind would it be?
For like a moving box?
No.
What are you using this box for?
A cube. It's probably a cube,
Yeah,
right?
I need details. Yeah, they're mostly cubes.
Listen,
Cube has got to be stronger than a rectangle, right?
I think Jace doesn't even know what he's gonna ask. So he needs a minute.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to carry on this conversation.
listen.
Doesn't know where he has to take it.
Okay. So this theoretical box, let's say.
They can be real. They can be a real box.
This box of many origins and reasons.
Filled with hopes and dreams,
Yeah.
And cardboard.
especially.
Let's just say we wanted to have a box for protection, you see.
Well, I wouldn't recommend cardboard for protection.
Okay.
Sorry, it's serious.
Protection from what? Who's coming for you?
I'm not at liberty to say that. Nor am
What have
I
you gotten yourself into?
nor
What
am
you got yourself
I,
into this time?
nor am I required by the state of New York. So
You're
but
trying
if
to
you were to
drag the
recommend
paper
one-
industry into this. If I was to recommend, like our machines don't do it, but you can get like board that's multiple flutes We used to buy it from another company. At least we got like triple wall is what it's called. But
Triple
you can,
wall, you say?
yeah, you can make it really thick,
So triple the protection.
I guess.
A little bit less flexibility, but you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm. You might receive an anonymous call here in a few days.
I don't like
Here?
that. On Zoom?
On Zoom?
No, your personal.
My personal.
You don't have to give me the number. We already have that.
I don't think he sells the boxes. I think he just puts them together.
Yeah, and again, we don't make that.
I don't need the person that sells them. I need the person that makes them. That
I need
makes
the
these.
knowledge.
But we
these
don't do
items.
that. Best we can do is double wall. I'm sorry. We could do that. I mean, it's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
So you just spent 30 minutes selling me on this triple wall, and
More
now
like
you're telling
5.
me not to
I'm
get
telling you, it exists.
But it's only been rumored to exist.
Fables. Yeah.
Fables.
All right.
It would take a great marine to find it.
All right.
He's
Tell
trying
you
to hide
what.
from like a dog or something, because it's probably about the level of protection, like, or like a kitten maybe.
Maybe not even a dog.
Hamster.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, hams.
As I've said before,
Hamster
I'm
to
not
chew
at
through
liberty
it.
to say, nor provided by the
Eventually.
New York State judicial branch. Okay.
I think he needs protection from another box.
From a papermancer.
A papermancer.
Listen, since I'm obviously not getting the triple box,
The triple box.
what if I get the double walled and I just buy a lot of them?
Yeah. Oh, actually, do I have a thing for you?
I only want top of the line, buddy.
So, what we make is called fanfold. We make the cardboard, but it's one long
Ah.
fucking sheet, and we crease it every like 48 or 60 inches, and then somebody sits in a big stacker and slaps it back and forth and makes a big cube.
Okay.
Cube.
Now
That cube will protect you. You just gotta hide behind it. It's not. It's
okay.
only mobile if you have like a fork truck, or you
That's
put it
fine.
on a pallet. You could use a pallet jack.
That's fine. That's fine. That'll do nicely. Is it comparable to Kevlar?
Honestly, like, I don't think a bullet's getting through it.
Now, see, this is the conversation I was looking for. All right. We'll talk. We'll talk. Don't you worry.
Probably
Don't
not as
worry.
mobile as Kevlar.
Probably not. But
No, it's like a little wall.
okay.
Your portable cube.
So if I were to glue it to the side of a vehicle, let's say, that may or may not have slits torn out for a gun barrel to be out the window.
Is this just the killdozer but with cardboard? You know the killdozer, right?
What is that from? Is that from
It's a type of box.
That's from real life.
Oh,
That's
I know what
from
you're talking
real.
about. Yeah, you're talking about the farmer guy who
Yeah, he got like
the
sick
mechanic.
of like the cops in his town and the mayor, so he covered a bulldozer in cinder blocks and
Yep.
just
metal plates too, right?
yeah, and like bulletproof metal plates. The cops couldn't
Mhm.
do anything, and he just ran
Yeah.
over people's houses.
Yeah. He was running into businesses. Yeah.
He ran into
Yep.
City Hall,
Yeah, dude.
and I think the police station.
And like the cops are like on it because it wasn't that fast, obviously. And they were like trying to get in it and like they couldn't. Cause like, you basically need
I think he
like
welded the door shut from inside.
yeah, and he had like a gun in there, for the eventual end.
Yeah, that is
But,
how it ended.
So,
When he was done, he was like, "Yeah, that's all." And he like opened it up, and he was like, "Take me
No.
away. The town's done."
no.
No.
It was
Telling me he didn't win.
Ryan.
He fought the law and he lost.
Look at me.
I
look at me.
mean,
Ryan, look at me. It
Yeah.
wasn't open up the door. You got me. It was all right. I've done all I need to do.
Ah,
He won in a Thelma and Louise way.
Well, he still fought the law and won. I gotta respect that.
He did.
Didn't win all the way, but
It was
We'll give
almost.
him- we'll
It
give
had the same
that credit.
energy as like Tiananmen Square. The guy who stood in front of the tank in like China or whatever. in,
Except
like,
he
the
was
80s.
the tank.
Yeah, except he was the tank.
same energy.
And he was the tank, but the tank was society.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Fuck the man. Anyway, D&D. You all pass through a latrine, and you find the massive but ancient form of this gargantuan tree standing here once more, who I actually am realizing now is a huge tree and not a gargantuan one, so this tree is far too big. So enjoy it for aesthetic purposes, but it's not this big. But you all appear here and you see the wizened old eyes, the ancient bark, and the momentous great wisdom that is this elder tree that came here first before all. And he says, "Oh, it's all of you again. Welcome back. Tell me, have you used Fadex lately? I think it's really going somewhere."
Yeah, totally. Use it all the time.
Oh, great. Good to hear. Those spirits within the logs, they're a good indentured servitude for us, you know, and a good workforce. Yes. Yeah. Fear not, they did great crimes in life, and deserve to work for Fadex.
Deserve to work. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
Indeed. Holy cow. Anyway, I see you've come, bearing what could only be what I have not seen since the beginning of the Feywild. A harmony of the Feywild. Very interesting.
Jeez.
So you know of the harmonies then?
You know what they look like.
Of course he knows.
Of course. I was, You see, when the mortal plane was being created by the gods, the prime material plane, the gods realized there were things within their creation that were too light and things that were too dark. So they put the things that were too dark away into the shadow plane, which you mortals seem to have been to rather recently, the Shadowfell. And the things that were too light, too bright and shiny, they came here to the Feywild. And when they created the Feywild, I was one such thing. The first sentient thing in this plane, in fact, other than the gods, of course. But within their creation, they deemed it worthy that the Feywild be separated into the seasons. And with that creation, well, there is this theory that every time you do something, something else of equal measure happens as well. So when the Feywild was split into the many seasons, so too relics of power and the harmonies came to be. You see, if the harmonies are destroyed, so too might the Feywild. Guard this with your life, young Triswin.
I will. Quick question.
Yes.
Would the Skeleton King know or sense something? Now that I'm wearing this?
Perhaps he's the self-proclaimed leader of autumn these days, isn't it?
Yes.
It's quite possible. It's also possible that he hasn't. I have no doubt that something or someone, many somethings or someones have felt a change. But I cannot say if he has. He sort of thinks to himself and he says, "I could try and find out for you if you wish."
No, I think I'll just be cautious about it.
Very well. Very well. To have retrieved it, you must be incredibly wise individual. I sense you can find out for yourself if you want. Why are there so many barnyard animals around? Is anyone hearing that? The cows? No, just me.
You hear
Never
them
mind.
too.
Goats, chickens clucking, and some ducks.
Yes, they don't understand why, because the two tracks I have going is... Oh, it's farm during the day. I meant forest during the day. There we go. My apologies, sorry. Sorry, I tuned the music track of the Feywild incorrectly. My apologies.
Farmhouse in the distance just poof disappears.
They all came in through Fadex.
You see a massive root just smushes the farm off in the distance. Goes like, yeah, that's better. I much prefer birds to cows.
You've given us the history of the harmonies. You've given us the history of the harmonies.
Yes.
But I suppose what is their purpose?
What is the purpose, I wonder, of myself? What is the purpose of any tree that grows? What is the purpose of the seasons, young Planewalker?
Was that rhetorical?
I suppose it was. The point being is the reason for anything's creation, I suppose, is a grand mystery. What I know is that when the gods decided to create the Feywild, when they arranged everything into seasons, these artifacts appeared, compounded, were brought forth. And just as their power is linked to the primeval essence of the land, so too is the fate of the land woven into these items. They're one and the same. For what purpose? That is for the philosophers, for people such as me and you, young Chrysoin, I'm sure, to ponder. And I have spent my life pondering such things. And perhaps the reason for these things to exist is for times like these, where the world needs to be pushed one way or the other.
Have they ever been brought together?
Not since the creation of the Feywild. I witnessed their creation, the beginning of the Feywild, saw them come to be, and the gods gave them to champions and had them split amongst the planes. But no, I have never seen more than two ever come within proximity of one another. Not since the creation.
Very well. Well, I believe that takes care of some of the questions we were having. You wouldn't happen to know of any of their locations, would you?
No, I do not. I do know the history of some, as I have said. I know the harmony of winter and the harmony of summer came into contact. Well, time isn't so well recounted here, certainly before many of your times. But it was short-lived. The being who held both, well, he hasn't been the same since.
And who might that be?
Shall make you a deal, young Chrysoin. You find your spring relic, perhaps I will tell you. If, well, you survive the joining of your spring relic and your fall relic.
Is there something disastrous supposed to happen when two of them are in close proximity?
The one who held spring and winter, or summer and winter, well, a sort of personal disaster did occur. In no small part. You see, spring and fall They were never meant to touch, nor was summer or winter. They're all part of a circle process. So, wielding these, as I'm sure you know, will be dangerous. You received your prophecy, did you not? I do not know it myself. It was not given to me. But perhaps there are some clues.
Well, I suppose we are satisfied, great old one.
I expect not. I expect you hunger for more. But you must go elsewhere to find what you hunger. Unless there are, of course, more questions.
I do have one. He kind of looks around nervously. Have you ever come into contact with someone by the name of the Game Master?
A root shoots out of the ground. It grabs on the end of your shirt and pulls you in close. And he says, "Be silent! Be quiet!"
You were waiting on that. I could see the.
I knew you were gonna say it.
He's gonna fucking say it. Do it.
He says, "You don't want this shit. You don't want this shit, Jay Silverlong. If you value your life and your knowledge and your friends,
He's holding the camera.
don't, Frodo. Do not seek out this knowledge. It'll be the death of you and your friends. He's a madman. A madman."
I have to know. I have
No.
to.
No, you don't want this shit. Look at me, I'm a fucking tree. I can't go anywhere.
He did this to you.
We mustn't. I shall say no more. He lets go of you. A tear runs down his eye.
I will find who has done this wrong to you.
No. No, Jace. Do not. All will forget who you are. Your name will be scattered from history. There is no power he does not wield.
I've died once. I can do it again.
No. Jace Silverlong, you don't know what you've brought on yourself, boy. You don't know what you're bringing on yourself. There are fates worse than death.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god. That's the best answer I could have hoped for.
And we're off picking a decent sized tree.
Yeah,
No,
you're...
We're plane shifting.
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Different
Ding,
transportation.
ding, ding. Goodbye, Jace Silverlong. And remember, you don't want this shit.
I will heed your words, great one.
I will not speak of this again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So the one who like wore the winter and summer harmonies, and you said is like super different now. Is that the
Yes.
Witch King?
No.
Okay, I figured I'd guess.
Yeah, it's worth a guess, but no, not the Witch King.
Okay.
No.
Guess ready?
No, the Queen of Air and Darkness fucked him up. That wasn't the Harmony's fault.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, he fucked himself up, really, and then the Queen of Air and Darkness, like, kind of catalyzed, encouraged his fall, I believe, is the rumor, according to Oberon. He also claims that the Witch King pees his pants still, but I don't believe him.
Maybe that's why he's so scary.
He smells like piss all the time.
I don't know, I've never smelt him before, so I couldn't tell you. I don't even have a nose.
Do we really want to be getting even more people after us, hating us?
Yeah, I wouldn't spread that
We're
rumor
safe here.
around. He's
Yeah,
really
it's-
mean.
We're
Yeah.
safe here.
Oh, you think so, Jace Silverlong? You think anywhere is safe?
He like leans up against the tree, like a, you know, the statue David or whatever, like fucking.
Oh, the
Perhaps
thinker,
not.
yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps not. He just stays there for like way too long, like uncomfortably long. And then oh, also, since we were in close proximity with the Witch King, can I recall the smell of urine?
You could not. You could recall the smell of, like, the faint smell of death on the wind. Fresh kill or fresh murder.
So shit.
And yeah, maybe a little piss because when you die, you
Right.
you know. But you don't think it was him because his
It was
he didn't have
you.
any rust. It was
Oh.
you.
Oh.
Or maybe it was the piss of those who saw him as he invokes terror in the hearts of those who witness him. So,
That'll do it.
but you don't think that he personally contributed to that smell, other than the actual killing of the victim. Probably, that was probably the idea.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone knows he goes for the bladder first.
Mm-hmm.
He always goes like for
that's
lower
terrible.
gut every time. I don't
Makes
know
you
why.
suffer and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, literally suffer and shit. So
Literally.
I will speak of this no more.
No, you will
uh,
not. Be gone.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yes, get out of here. Go.
Oh, you
You've spoke too much and tarried too long. Be gone. And take him with you. He's a madman.
Hmm? Oh,
A madman.
We
we're
know.
leaving. Oh shit.
Yeah. I'll grab Chase.
I'll like look at look at the elder tree in the eye and like,
Just roll a d20.
oh shit, fucking dead.
Just asking for it now.
That was a 14.
Okay. Anyway, what next?
Right. You live now.
And we're going to mount.
We'll get back to that later.
What's it called again, Vivian? Where are we going?
Astoria.
Olympus.
Oh.
Mount Olympus.
I'm going to Portland.
She's got no inspiration. No inspiration.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Wandered one too many planes.
Okay, make Brock hold Jace's hand because Jace can't pay attention right now.
Right, yeah.
And
Please.
Okay, you guys playing shift?
yes.
All right. Go to the nearest tree. Take your tuning fork. Ooh, I wanted to start doing this. I'm gonna actually play the tone of your tuning fork. And hopefully it won't be ear-bleedingly loud like last time.
I mean, that's how you know it works.
That's how you know it works.
Oh, dude, my fucking stomach hurts. I'm laughing so much. Oh my god.
All right, you hit the fork off the nearest sort of stone to get that proper resonating sound. And as that sound echoes through the air, sort of the world around you fades to the height of the sound, and as it does, everything sort of alleviates other words visually, audibly. In your very gut, you feel it, and that sound guides you through, almost deafening you, and then as it quiets down, you hear the sounds of Arborea overcome you. You indeed have found yourself to the heroic plane of Arborea. You find yourself in a plane of trees and life, and that plainer outer feeling that you don't belong here. Not in a bad way necessarily, but you find yourself in a wash of emotion very quickly, of passion and excitement for adventure, of fear for what this game master may be, Jace, or excitement for returning home, the wonder and curiosity, overwhelmingly so. You've never felt that so sensitive to emotion before. And you look around and see beautiful, endless treescape. You see rolling hills, rocky crags, long, endless seas, and a massive mountain with a cloudscape that just sort of circles around the top. You find yourself in the heroic and Olympian plain of Arborea. Vivian is home, and all of you have come to the plane of adventure.
Welcome to Arborea. We're going that way.
Give us the tour.
Oh, I already like this place better already. Lots of trees. Lots of green
It's so
stuff.
much better than the Abyss.
Oh,
That
so much.
place.
Ryan, have I ever been to this one?
Mermaid D20.
A 5.
5? No, I've been to Arborea before. Oh, cool. I like this. Incredible. But yes, as you begin to move forth, you feel that, like, feeling of, like, the beginning of an odyssey. That your legend is being wrote as you walk. That bards will tell of these moments. You feel, you're in a place of violent mood, of deep affection, of whim backed by steel, of passions ablaze and burning out as you move forth into this plain filled with vigor and excitement for a tale to be told by your own hand. You mean to go to Mount Olympus, Vivian?
I do. There's
You
no
do.
place like home.
No place like home. As you guys travel, there will be no issues that will tear your path. You guys are great and mighty warriors. You are the stuff of legends, heroes of the Fey Plain. Nothing will stop you. Occasionally you find yourself facing down various creatures that cannot compare to your powers. You find boars approach, the packs of wolves, perhaps even a griffin, perhaps even a boar that is far larger than one ought be, but you find yourselves in the throes of this passion and yearning. Brock, you especially being a barbarian, you are very much based on bringing forth that emotion of rage, and you feel it just like up here. And as you had seen sort of a depressed, not really wanting to do anything, Brock, now you see perhaps a very ready for battle, passions ablaze Brock who slaughters any creature who dare cross your path in a violent manner. All of you feel a deep sense of passion, adventure, ready to go forth. And so you will find yourself at the base of Mount Olympus. It is quite a path upward, but one that cannot be matched by your skills and strength. How do you intend to reach the summit of the mountain?
Climb.
Is there a road? Is there a path?
The
Vivian,
first.
you're like, oh yeah, guys, like there's a path. You see Brock climbing the mount.
Up!
Yeah, you see Brock with fire in his eyes climbing the side of the mountain, sneering, smiling. No mountain will claim Brock, the bear, the mighty master of those who would fall.
My first instinct is to slay every creature that looks of worth until I arrive at the top.
Shing! Pull out Talbot's tiny sword. It's really like delayed. Shing! As you pull out your tiny rapier.
It's like fucking that long.
Yeah, it's a fucking cocktail sword.
So sharp.
You pull it out, you say, "Come what may!" And you see sort of... You honestly, this is what's going on in Jace's mind probably, but all of you see Jace sort of like running around, yelling, looking for a fight, and one does eventually find him. You see stalking out of the woods, you see this lion. In fact, two lions with full manes sort of come growling out, let out these vicious roars, long teeth, golden manes, a battle surely worthy of your time.
Come thee now. Allow my story to reign in your ears.
And they charge you down, and you do your like crazy Horizon Walker teleporting, slicing. They're no match for you. That's it. Jace fights up the side of the mountain as the lions come after him, chasing up the side of the mountain as he's nightcrawling up the side of the mountain. What about Trixie? What about Vivian?
Vivian's going to look at Trixie and say, there's a path right there unless you wanted to climb up.
I was gonna fly.
You can fly too.
Are you gonna walk, or do you want me to? Do you just want to come with me?
I would love to come with you.
Okay.
What are you flying as, Trixie? What's your most heroic form?
Oh, obviously the
You
giant
can be
eagle.
whatever you want, but yeah, giant eagle. Trixie.
Can now that I have the mantle, it looks a little different.
Sure.
Just for flavor,
Sure.
and I'm just surrounded by leaves, and then change. into a
Absolutely.
different
I was
form.
actually going to say that. You see, Trixie sort of grabs the side of her cloak, kind of like Batman.
Hi, Batman.
and like
I'm
wraps
giant
it
eagle.
and like wraps it around herself and spins around like the old Wonder Woman cartoons. And leaves circle around her in a hurricane. This actually looks really cool. I'm describing it it's sort of funny way. But Trixie actually like sort of like brings her arms in. You see like her eyes turn into eagle eyes. Her arms become like feathers, and the cloak wraps and veils itself around her. Leaves sprawl out in a massive direction, a cyclone of leaves, and as the leaves burst forth in every direction, a gorgeous, beautiful eagle appears, wings spread, the light sort of, there's like a lens flare across the camera as Trixie lets out this "Ah!" that sort of echoes off the mountainside.
And then
I'll
the
pick
Star
Vivian up,
Spangled Banner.
This is all a dream, isn't it?
and we'll just kind of like, snake like this, so we can get like the nice views and stuff, because they're gonna take a little longer.
Absolutely. Yeah, and what you're like, let's check out the scenes, is like heroic, like eagle flying and like doing like a cylinder up the mountain. It takes a long time, but like these guys, well, maybe Brockle seems to be the most directed, determined one out of all of you, probably. And Jason's like fighting these lions.
Yeah, Jason.
Until like you're on the mountainside and one's on top of you, and you got your hand here and you pull out Bellomar's tiny sword and like stab him, and he falls off the mountainside. Score! As that lion falls off the mountain.
As he falls and I stand on the edge heroically, I kind of look up at the eagle.
You got like a little rip in your shirt. You're like, your muscular chest is out.
Yeah, as he like stands there heroic, hair flowing in the wind, he looks up at the eagle and he asks, "Does anyone else hear the Star Spangled Banner?"
No, you don't either. That's not what's happening right now. No, you have that like. Have you seen that animation lately of like the barbarian guy from like a 60s animation style where he like draws his sword and a lightning bolt hits his sword and he's like looking like Conan? That's what's going. Jason's on the front of the mountain. He goes, "Ah!" And a bolt like strikes Sir Talavar's very tiny sword. You're like, "Ow, fuck!" You drop it. You pick it back up.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, you like stand there and you're like, "Ah!" Fucking like Hercules off the side of the mountain having slayed 2 lions. Brock is just, but then like a rock falls off of his arm and he's like, "Ah!" And he's like hanging off the side of the mountain. He pulls himself up with one arm. He like flexes like Captain America holding onto the
I
helicopter.
didn't hear no bell.
And he grabs another one and keeps going. Very Mufasa climbing up the side of the mountain. Incredible. Vivian, you're on the back of Trixie and you're very used to this. Like, you know that basically everyone becomes like a manic bipolar when they show up on Arborea. And you're used to it, but you can't help but like feel the moment. You're like on the back of Trixie, your hair's flowing in the wind. You're mounted on this like giant eagle. You're flying up to meet the gods, and you're like,
We're doing like Top Gun stuff.
Yeah.
Are we in a fucking Old Spice commercial?
Like she threw on her shift weave into like the full Greek goddess.
yeah.
Yeah, with the
You got the long sort of flowing white linen situation going on. You have like intricate golden, like almost viney like cuffs up your arms, sort of armbanding you. You've got jewels and like anklets and like the string wrapped sandals. Yeah, you're fully themed for all of this. Got like a golden laurel and everything going on. As you sort of begin flying to the top, Brock, you're like flying. You see Jace. You give him like the nod. You guys just, yeah, you're just fully all just feeling the moment. Your deep sense of passion drives each of you to the top of this mountain. Some of you have even forgotten why you're here. It doesn't matter.
Where are we?
What are we doing? What's going on? I'm actually just gonna go to my other campaign.
You're being
for
epically
this.
cool right now.
We're being so fucking cool right now. Yeah, Trixie's.
We're going for a flyby.
I'll fly with you anytime. Fucking.
Yeah! You're the
what
best
is
damn
up?
pilot I ever saw, Vivian. But you're a hothead. You're a hothead, you hear me?
Oh shit.
Iceman used to be the best. Now you're the best. You're going to Top Gun.
Don't fuck this up.
Don't fuck this up, Maverick. You hear me, Mav? All right. Let me just get Olympus pulled up. I got a little excited in the moment when I should have been
For real.
when I
Like
should have been working. All right.
Ryan,
Yeah.
is it? So is this a different Mount Olympus than the one in the Greek game?
I don't know. You'll find out. What?
Time's weird.
The Titans are there, and they're like.
We'll come back later.
Yeah, maybe come back in a couple weeks when like the plot turns around.
Yeah.
Well, we just
Yeah.
got here. What do you want to leave already?
No, we don't want to be here. You guys see like a bald Goliath guy? Like he's just like, yeah, you don't want to go up there. We're about to kick ass and take names. So you might want to go back down. It'll only take like 20 minutes.
All right, give me a hot minute. All right, let me get. Well, I guess I could do Beyond the Gate, huh?
I didn't know it was a beach up here.
Yeah, me neither.
That's the wind and the birds, the divine birds of.
The divine seagulls.
I feel like no matter where you are, you're backlit.
Yeah.
And you always got that crown of light over you, and there's just a little bit of breeze always coming at the front of your face. Just a little bit of hair going all the
It's
time.
hair's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, even if you're bald, like you just grow like a
Like a mullet.
Fabio kind of
Right,
deal,
yeah.
you know?
Little wisps.
Then as soon as you go out, it just like disappears. It's like, oh, I was getting used to it.
It's just the ponytail, like a rat tail.
That's some nightmare fuel. Imagine tomorrow morning you wake up with a rat tail and no other hair.
What would you do?
That'd probably be the end of it all for me. I would say, GG guys, it happened, and then that's the last you'll hear.
As you come to the peak of the mountain, you make your way past the clouds. You find yourself appearing in the majesty of Mount Olympus. You see a temple of white marble and gold and gilded filigree. You see endless beautiful flowers, the likes of which you've never laid eyes on before. Massive marble structures, a humongous peak with more structures that seem to circle all the way to the top, where you see statues of gods, where you see the place where the Olympians, you guys know what the fuck the Olympians are, but you do, Vivian, but you see this place of godly majesty. You imagine this is what glory looks like. And standing before you, you guys see, wearing a simple white, long, sort of linen dress with a red cloak with a hood wrapped over her head, sort of shawled over her head, and in her hand she has a golden or maybe a bronze, no, it'll be gold, she's god, golden brazier with a sort of flame up higher lit in it that sort of cascades by her face. And underneath the hood you see a young maiden-like face with amber eyes that look down at all of you, and she stands about twice as tall as each of you. You can feel there's something about this figure, something powerful about this person. And she says to all of you, well, she doesn't say to all of you, she looks and says, Vivian, welcome back. It's been some time.
It has. We're on the
Come
way
to sleep.
Pardon?
Come to go back to sleep.
Not yet.
I see.
There's
Welcome
some
then, heroes all.
There's some excitement in the Feywild. We're looking into it.
Yes. There's been some time since Lady Titania has graced us with her eccentricities, shall we say.
Indeed.
But we expect to see from her soon, so she fits in quite so well on this plan. Welcome, heroes all. Who might you be?
No, I'll introduce my people.
How do you introduce your fellow heroes?
I will. Is Trixie a bird still, or has she
No, I would
been?
have dropped that.
That'd be funny.
This is Eagle.
Zeus? What are you doing? You're doing Zeus, you silly guy.
Oh, you got me.
These are the Knights of the Scorched Earth. They're currently working with Sibylna of Prismere to try to prevent an incursion. This is Tressuin. And she is a druid of incomparable skill.
Oh shit.
And she said, "This is Brock. He is a gifted fighter and has some wild magic about him."
Okay, climb up, climb, fight, win.
Ah,
He's very
a fighter. I see. Quite burly.
And this is Jay Silverlong. He is a ranger of significant skill. And apparently, I know that Tressuin's has been doing the plane shifting, but that is something you also do?
I'm able to detect the gates between, as it were.
A Horizon Walker, is that it then? We've seen some of your guild, here and there.
You have.
Ironically, out in these times, the most common mortals we see are the Horizon Walkers.
I suppose it is a quite popular place to walk to.
Indeed, a place where passions run high. Anger is not quick to dwell away anyway. And where fighting and valor and glory is rewarded thusly. You see combat, great warrior.
Yeah.
Well then, allow me to take you to the arena of the gods. You may be displayed with great ferocity, your glory and might before the monsters heralded forth by champions of the Olympians themselves, and you may show off your prowess to these gods thus. Does this appeal to any of you?
Yes. Yes.
The only way to herald a warrior of great skill is to display not with words, perhaps, but with might. So come, allow me to walk you through our wonderful mountaintop.
As we walk, I'm going to pull close to Trixie And I'm going to say, I don't generally judge about anyone's desires, but if Zeus don't, not worth it. Just so much drama. Just keep that in mind.
Trixie of all people?
Yeah.
They got to tell that to everybody.
Vivian doesn't necessarily know, but she does know who powerful, beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
from Zeus's perspective,
I
trophy.
would say, Vivian, honestly, I think, like, given the natural passions of Arborea
Yeah, that
and
might change things.
the desires, the legendary desires and ambitions of the gods and their champions, like, you can warn these guys, but, like, there's not much point. If they, you know, it's like, what's gonna happen is gonna happen at this point.
That's fine.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna do my due diligence, because every time Zeus puts it in someplace, that the whole pantheon falls apart.
You may want to spell that out for Trixie, because you're a little vague.
Yeah,
She's just like, okay.
she wouldn't get it.
This individual brings you all forth, and you see gorgeous, beautiful marbled architecture, winding stairs, caves and passages through the mountain. And you eventually come to this grand arena where you hear cheering and screaming, the growling of monsters you've never heard the sound of before. This massive stadium brought forth. She says, "Very well. Enter then, with the lower pits of the arena, and I will ensure that you may be brought forth to display yourselves before the gods in due time, and they will see if you are worth convening with. For a person's actions and passions speak louder than words." Vivian, you don't have to if you don't want to. Like, your father's here, you're like a demigod, we know you. You could come sit in the stands if you want to catch up with somebody, but for these three, the gods, I'm sure, would be most appeased by a display of your might.
It's been so long. I think I'm going to stay.
What do you mean, like, go with them, or stay with me and go up there and hang out with some people?
I'm going to stay with the knights. I haven't done battle in the arena.
Very well. If that is what you please, we will find a suitable opponent for warriors such as yourselves.
Best seats in the house.
Indeed. Very well. You are all left in the lower portions. You are all filled, sort of like what's going on with me, kind of in a kind of way at some points of realization. But you find yourselves in the lower pits of the arena, all together with this like bubbling excitement in your chest, this confidence in your courage and in your prowess, and to know that you will stand before gods and display for them your might. It is not a matter of can you, it is a matter of when you will dine with these great beings. What do you do? What do you talk about?
I'll probably just look over at Brock or something and be like,
He's like drooling.
like he'll like almost as if he has sunglasses on, but he doesn't.
Still has pulls off your first set of sunglasses.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's like, you didn't think I would let you do this all alone, did you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You're
We're in this fight for life.
We'll see who can get more shots in.
Shots or kills?
Oh, we'll see what we're fighting first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. As you are dwelling here, you are going to see the door open once more and another figure walk through. You see this. You see this warrior come through wearing what essentially looks like Spartan armor, but it is if Spartans wore full plate. Just sort of over the arms, there are claws of some gargantuan creature that are sort of built into the armor that sort of come forth. The helm is like a full mask rather than the sort of eye slits, and you can't fully see any face underneath, but the burning red eyes. There's a number of sort of curled up metal pieces as this person comes in. No armor, but just comes in with large size and brings forth with him. You all feel him approach. You can't help but feel that passion sort of turn to sort of panic. This like, oh fuck, as this guy comes at you, this overwhelming feeling of surprise and terror a little bit as this person enters in just innately. Not enough to like bring you into a frightened condition, but still enough to warn you of your instincts are warning you of this individual. It says, "Hello, puny mortals. I am Phobos. I am the god of fear. I am the stench of battle. As you tarry before your fate, as the armies come clashing in and you dissolve to run, I am the fear in your gut." Oh, hey Vivian, how's it going?
Oh, great. How are you? Fantastic.
Oh, I'm all right. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Is that are the claws new?
Yeah, this one's new. That's a dragon. That's a dragon
That's
claw right there.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That one
Yes, I
right
thought it would add to. Yeah, that's a claw. I got this scratch from a hydra that I fought out in the Aegean. It was quite a fight.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Oh, yeah, you think so?
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, I don't. He's here. Yeah, we'll talk later. Anyway, yes, I am Phobos, of the retinue of Ares, the god of war himself. I am his son, and you will know fear in my presence. I come to ask thee what it is you desire to face, for you stand before gods. Will you fight a horde of enemies? Will you fight a monster on its spawn, or will you fight a single enemy of such power and prowess that even a god might falter before it? What is the battle? What is the fight you desire to display?
I'll fight anything.
I like you. I like you a lot.
B&J, you know something? I think maybe something large. One big, massive,
Right.
something
Big,
really meaty
large.
that these fellows can dig into. They're
Alright,
very
like giants?
It's their first
Like
time in
giant sized?
Arborea.
Okay,
The
alright.
thing that'll make Brock the happiest.
Hmm.
Yes.
Is what I want.
Phobos, if I
Yes.
may call you that.
Yes. Speak, mortal.
Yes. What is it that the gods respect the most for killing?
Glory. A show. The gods will not be mused by the swing of the sword and a victory at hand and a walk away. We're not always. They desire to be entertained, to be shown glory, win the crowd, and you win eternity. If you wish to be a hero, it is not enough to simply save the day. You must do it in a way that the bards will sing of for centuries. You must face fear and know courage, and let all others know courage can be had at your side. This is not a battle for winning. This is a display. Show the gods who you are, and you may just earn their respect.
Do we fight it singularly or all together?
All together, for you are a group, are you not?
We are.
So tell me, something large, and something that will please the bear. So tell me, warrior of passion, what boils your blood? What beast, what monster do you wish to slay? Or try to, anyway.
Give me your best shot.
I knew there was something about you. Very well. Let's see. Very well. You want our best shot? You, I think, will face a creature so terrible it has stalked the seas for long eras. No demigod has faced it and survived. A creature of such massive proportion that it was reserved only for the entertainment of Zeus himself. I shall bring before you the Iron Scale Hydra.
Good.
That should do.
Good
I'm
luck.
happier already.
Good luck, demigods. May you bring glory to yourselves and entertainment to the gods. It'll be interesting to see if you live or die. A good scene.
Never
Vivian.
die.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
And he stalks away, and you feel your chest sort of calm, and that sort of writhe of passion overtakes you once more. You know you go to face death or glory, or perhaps both. It'll just be a minute.
The sneak peek.
Yeah, it's a Hydra, like. Well, I can't do it without you guys seeing, so, yeah. Or, you know, I'll just do this for now, and then you guys kinda, we'll do it with you. We'll make it all thematic for you in a second here. We're not worried about these guys here. The gates. The stone slab opens, you hear the roar of the crowd. You feel your belly turn with a nervous excitement, like they're about to go on stage before 1,000 people. Even more so, 100 gods, even more importantly. How do you enter the arena?
I think I just run out there.
You just
I
charge.
charge head first, yeah.
In excitement. All right, you guys all come. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Right, there we go. I lost control for a second. I got too excited. Rock charges out, and as you charge out, you look around to indeed see the seats are filled with. I obviously haven't filled the seats, but you guys see hundreds of people adorned similarly to Vivian. Some of them larger, some of them smaller. Some of them with spears, some of them with goblets, some of them with strange relics and weapons of archaic times. But all of them beautiful, massive in proportion in size, muscular, strong. All of them just the height of beauty and strength combined together. Gorgeous, gorgeous women, beautiful, handsome men, powerful, strong, mighty warriors all, and every one of them surely a god, and they rain thunderous applause down upon all of you as you charge the field. You hear, or actually you see, the master of ceremonies surely arrives. You see this individual, this wild individual, appears wearing a red cloak with a leopard, like a leopard skin cloak. He has beautiful sort of curled hair that is within a circlet of purple grape leaves. And his lips are wine stained. He has sort of a manic look in his eye. but he is strong and mighty and gorgeous to behold, beautiful. His skin is marked with just sort of almost like a change in skin tone, with very intricate and noticeable sort of markings, talisman signs of celestial heritage, surely. You see this individual appear on the stage. He also has a staff that is long and it ends in what seems to be some kind of like metal pine cone. A wild and beautiful creature. All goes quiet as he speaks loudly to the gods at hand. He says, "Friends, brothers, sisters, cousins, nephews, fathers, mothers, and all, we find ourselves here for glory's sake." And there's a... There's indeed, we have before us, never before seen, creatures from the Fey realms, heroes thus. And there's... They say, we have before us Lady Vivian, demigod of Morpheus, the god of dreams, returns to Arborea and Mount Olympus to bring glory to this field. Behold, and all. He says, she brings with her friends from the Fey realm. We shall see how the Feywild heroes stack up against those who belong here in Arborea. Indeed. What will they fight, I wonder? I think I know. Behold, great gods, a hydra like no other, one with scales of metal, one with more heads than you've ever seen, colossal in size and a temperament worse than a raging wolverine. You will face glory, warriors. Will you accept it? Will you blink? Will you cry? The gods will see. But maybe, just maybe, you'll impress. Good luck! And know if you die, you died quite fashionably. He snaps his fingers, there's a of smoke, another thunderous applause, booms, screams of excitement. So the gates at the end of the hall open. You hear as some titanous creature brings itself forth to fight all of you. Something of massive proportion and size, one of which a size of perhaps you have not faced before. This creature shoves its way through the gates, breaking the stone to get its massive proportion through, and lets out the most ear-splitting, mountain-crumbling roar of 5 you have ever heard in your lives. You see the iron scale hydra appears, and it lives up to its name. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Are we playing until midnight?
No, let's end the session. I just looked at the time. Sorry, guys. Yeah, let's end the session here. We got 10 minutes left. But next session, you will all face the Iron Scale Hydra and perhaps on Olympus to earn an audience and perhaps learn what it is you wish to know. But that is where we will call the session.
Damn it, man. You were that motherfucker in class that said, "Hey, did you guys bring your homework?" Like,
I gotta go. Sorry.
I understand. Dude.
Yeah, my bad. I got a little into it. I got a little excited.
I knew we were gonna be in the middle of it by the time this is not
You're
gonna be it.
absolutely right. Yeah, we wouldn't be in the first round. It's all good. It's all good.
We
Whew,
could kill
exciting.
it very, very quickly. We just have to use every high-level spell that we have all at
Well,
once.
You just have to cut off all the heads in one turn. That's all it takes.
Keep in mind, the objective of this next battle isn't to just win. It's to win gloriously.
To put on a show.
Put on a show, that's right. You're gladiators right now. You're here to entertain.
This ain't my first rodeo.
That's
Well,
true.
Oh,
She's gonna end up casting Call Lightning or whatever, so.
yeah. Oh,
Hey, give him
they'll
a
love
call.
that. They'll fucking love that.
Well,
Yeah,
But
they'll-
she,
they'll
like,
love
and
that.
she doesn't even know that. It's
They'll
just
eat that
Yeah.
up.
the best option I have.
Yeah.
Because that's like you're calling forth fucking the power of Zeus, basically.
He's gonna be
But-
like, "Oh, you see that? You see that?" I told you lighting was cool. We love it.
I started that.
That was me.
That was
was
me.
me.
Actually.
I threw that, and she used it. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, I used my 6th and 7th level spell slot, so I'm down 2.
So I wanted to say, and this may not have any fucking standing on this game, but in the Greek game, like druids are like not necessarily a good thing in Olympus because they're like tied to elemental energy and like the the Titan / primordials that came before.
Well, they rebelled in that canon, the canon I created. They rebelled against the gods because they were, because the giants. Oh no, it was. I think I made it like there was like a sort of third secret war after the giants, where they were like, "You guys are fucking tyrants, and like we don't want to leave the fate of nature to you." And there was like a sort of secret war where they started killing the druids and their beasts.